Is it working? Yeah, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Dropped
I'm
80% of
having
my
little
frames.
difficulties on my end. My computer decided that it doesn't like the it's not gonna run, that the internet's gonna, that the Edge isn't gonna work at the right now.
It was fine during the waiting period, the 5 minutes up to the stream, and then when the stream starts, it breaks. There we go. There we go. Maybe. Um, it still looks like it's dropping frames like crazy on my end. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to try to power through it. Hopefully, you guys can still make out what I'm saying and possibly see the. I changed it up. I had a different tie on this weekend, and I was like, I'm going to wear that on stream. Why not? Why not wear a different tie? Ooh, fancy. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to power through. Yeah, it's probably going to be a slideshow for a short bit of time until I have no idea. It just decides it's going to start working again. But hopefully the audio is seamless, and that's the main thing that you need. So, to get things started, we have our 4 party members, and I'm going to ask you to introduce yourselves in the order that you show up on Discord.
Oh, like me first?
Yes, please. Next time, I'll just announce you guys name by name. This is who's playing May.
I like the dice
was
roll
hoping
idea.
somebody else could go right before me because I kind of wasn't sure how to introduce myself.
Okay, sure. Here is Stop Shulking playing Oris.
Thanks for introducing me. Now you can do the next one.
Oh, okay, it's that simple.
No, yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, I just play Oris. Oris is a very contemplative monk. He doesn't like killing. He's on a search for something he hasn't told anyone yet, specifically what that is. So he's kind of along for the ride. He's not interested in the war, obviously. Seeing as we're out here, we aren't fighting the elves necessarily. I think that's good enough for now.
Sure. Next up can be May this time.
Yeah, I play May Galanadel, a very young looking elf girl. She's from the town that they're currently in, actually. I was introduced last session, and just a wizard who's very, very curious about the world outside the little village.
Awesome. Thank you for catching those spams, by the way. Next is our barbarian.
I'm Imberg. I play Fjorn, the on the verge of being an alcoholic, bloodthirsty barbarian.
That's the way to do it. And last only by chronological order, because he was last to arrive, Zazimus.
Hi, I'm here through phone because my computer's being a pill, so I'm going blind at the moment. I'm having to restart my computer.
Okay, do you need a second? Because we can probably move on. We can probably do some.
You can do other people for other people. Should go ahead and I'll let you know when I'm functional.
Okay, sounds good. I'm guessing I'm still a slideshow because I'm looking at these numbers and they are horrendous. And again, I have no idea why this is happening. Especially since Discord is working flawlessly, and then I'm starting to be curious if this is something maybe on Twitch's end, but either way, we'll continue moving forward, and I will possibly edit this out and I don't know. We'll see. It probably won't. And everyone who watches the 6th part will just be we'll seeing behind the scenes, the slideshow that is Tuber Tugger's stream. Disappointing. But I'll do a quick recap anyways for anybody who can possibly get some audio through. So the group met up and met May last session. I tried to surprise them, even though some of them had guessed a fourth party member was showing up. Now we have a team of 4. We can kind of take things a little more serious because that's kind of the slideshow o'clock. Yes, that's kind of the team you want for any good campaign. I think we're healthy now. 2 was good. I just felt that it's more difficult to build encounters for when you go outside of the 4-player norm. Either way, honestly, if you go higher, it gets more difficult that way. You go lower. Anyways, we got 4 players now as May joined the party. They were being told by their military organization that they needed to come and destroy an elven encampment because the elves are their enemies. But when they showed up, it happened to be just a humble town. And there was a bit of a conflict, ending with Zosimus doing something he didn't think he would do, defending the elves, and attacking his CO with, I believe, a thunderous blast. I forget what that spell is called.
A Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave, sorry. And scared them off, but we've yet to know what the plans are for the 3 that ran, which were Corbin, their sergeant, Drug, the man that Fjorn beat the snot out of in a fist fight not that long ago, and strangely Maverick, the half-elf, didn't seem to want to side with everybody. We're left in the elven town where we've met some people. They went down into a crypt, I'm going to call it crypt, at the end of the last episode, where they delivered a locket. It summoned some undead, which they defeated, and that's kind of where they are right now. There's also a couple other squad members, NPC-wise, that are roaming around the town as well. We might see them or interact with them as well. And I think... I want to say the connection looks like it's coming back. I'm not quite sure. I know my personal copy of the stream.
It looks a little better.
It looks better. So I'm going to assume that things have kind of gotten better, healthy. I appreciate everybody who stuck through it and are still watching. This is the first time we've had this issue in all the streams we've had up till now. I'll see what I can do moving forward. I blame it on the tie, obviously. You can't wear a silver tie. It's conductive, and it takes away your Wi-Fi. So I think now that we're all set up, you guys are, I'm going to just say, outside the chapel, kind of milling about. And it's, we'll say like 11-ish o'clock in the day. You've still got quite a bit of day left. And just like every day you've had so far, it has been bright and sunny, but you're noticing some clouds. It's been like clear blue sky, but there's a little bit of overcast, a little bit of potential weather down the pipe. So, all right, see you later, Lucifer. Have a good one. Thank you for stopping in. It looks like the connection's ready, or as healthy as it's going to get for now. I'm going to pass it off to the party, who can then choose to do what they want at this point.
All right.
I forget specifically where we left off, but I know we just did a short rest. And
I think this spot that we are on the map is basically where we took the short rest, like outside the chapel in the graveyard. We just got paid, I believe, by the lady.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And I think we're just kind of trying to figure out what is next, like which mission kind of, because there's like a lot of different things we can do. Was somebody talking about the well?
yeah, we were gonna throw Zosimus down there.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Actually, in character, Oris was interested in trying to search for the boy, I guess, before the whole mausoleum thing. So I think that would be
Oh yeah,
his suggestion.
I think that's what May was thinking as well.
Those are probably two
his
separate
name?
things, but he has a hunch that they might be related.
Rim might be inside the well, you're thinking.
Yes.
Because his name is Rim, not Timmy. Is the audio poor for anyone? Specifically, anyone in specific? Or is it just a general poor audio quality?
Oh yeah.
It's as good as I can expect for right now.
I'm having no issues. I did notice that I was getting a bit of an echo, and it was because there were
That's because of me.
well, I had a couple people not muted in Roll20, so I was getting them 3 times, I guess, because I have 2 Roll20s open. But that I dealt with that. So
Looks like it's on the stream, the whole thing.
it could be. It could be. Okay, so yes, you guys were told about the well. You're told about Rim the Lost Boy, and as far as you know, they asked for help sowing the fields, but the other group members are tending to that at the moment. So you can just leave it to them if that's less exciting.
That does sound less exciting. Well, I guess you could check out the well. I know that I can't remember who the name was, but the old elf that lives in the hovel. I know he is supposed to be a tracker. He might be able to help us find Rim if he's not in the village, but
Yes, that's right. The man living off in the hovel. I'm not sure if you were given his name yet. You were given Phalor
I'm functional.
I'm sorry?
I'm functional. I have
Excellent.
awesome. I figured I might know just because I live in here in the village.
That's true. If you give me 1 second, you would actually know, I guess, is truthful. Oof. Okay, here we go. His name is Orim, not Oris. Orim with a Y.
So I say that we can check out the well, but we should go see Orem too. He might have some information for us.
Sure. Oris will, I guess, follow May around for this. I don't know if May knows the town, obviously, so she would be best suited for probably finding the missing child. So.
All right, May just marches off towards the well then.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So can we get a description of the well again? I don't remember.
Sure. It's it's your standard kind of what it looks like. Well, stone circle with, you know, the bit of a roof there, looking similar to the picture. Unlike some stuff, it's pretty true to what it looks like. There is a bucket with a crank, but as they've told you, the well is relatively dry. I would say it's about somewhere between 20 and 30 feet down, and you can't quite see the bottom.
Okay.
So how do you know it's 20 or 30 feet down? I don't know. You
Well,
can see about that far, but you can't quite see the very bottom of it. So maybe it's much further.
Is it because I do have dark vision, but
That's
just
true.
because, like, it's
Sorry,
so
you have
bright,
Everyone needs to
dark
make sure
vision.
that they're.
You're right.
the contrast.
You're right. You would be able to know.
There's
that
so
it-
much echo. Everyone needs to make sure that they're not double.
It's fine for me. Do you have the stream muted?
Is it possible that you haven't muted people on roll 20? Everything sounds fine on my end. I haven't had any issues.
Same.
Okay, that's better now.
So yes, you have dark vision, you're right, so you can totally see that, as I said, 20 to 30 feet, you can see the bottom. You can see that
Okay.
there's a bottom there. I'm
looks
not
dry.
sure if dark vision would tell you how much water is there.
Yeah, I mean, it's
it
like
gives you shades of gray, so you know that there's a bottom. What the bottom is, you can't make that out.
Okay. Well, I can tell that the bottom's only about 20 or 30 feet down. Shouldn't be too bad to climb down there. What were we planning on investigating about the well?
Had not been decided.
I guess it was dried up. So Oris's hunch was that it was maybe related to where the where Rim went.
You think that Rim's down there clogging it up?
Not necessarily, but somehow related, possibly.
Sometimes you gotta flush twice.
God. Okay, well, who wants to go down first?
Somebody who can see in the dark.
Can I be level 4 and then I have slow fall skill?
Yeah,
Then I could just-
you're level 6 now.
Oh, it's even better. I guess I can go.
Yeah, clearly with one lost child, you send the other
I know, that's what I was
lost
thinking.
child down the well. I mean,
I
you
guess
know,
I'm the easiest to pull back up, so that might
that's
be
true.
good.
That's true.
Is climbing like a talent? I know in Pathfinder it's a thing. It's like a skill or a feat or something.
It's generally just athletics.
I think it's half your speed if you don't have anything.
That's true.
Difficult.
Yeah, you're right.
And then athletics is it's during like combat or if it's really rough terrain. I think if you have like a ladder, you don't have to half your movement, but that's it. I am going to actually be like, all right, 1 sec, and I'm gonna run into the orphanage because I don't have any of my equipment. So I'm gonna be in there for a couple of minutes, and then I run back out with like more of like a little bit of a tunic on, like a traveler's robe type tunic, and I have like a little satchel and pouch, and it looks more like I'm ready to like go on a journey probably.
You've got your adventurer's gear. You were ready to leave, the village, and this is just giving you an opportunity to do so. So now you're
Exactly.
prepared.
I literally didn't even have my arcane focus on me before, or my component pouch.
It's okay. Now we're also gonna assume during that short rest, let's just say you transferred all of your spells into the new spell book you got to, even
Oh
though.
right, yeah. So I've got my new little spiffy one. All right. I've got a little bit of rope here. Somebody wants to hold on to it so I don't die.
I'll hang on to it.
Cool. I guess I will climb inside the well.
Sure. I'm not rolling anything.
Not I.
I suppose I should probably make a perception or a investigation check if I can.
Sure. Well, let's just go down. How about we go down the well and then you can do that? Is that the idea? Or are you investigating the wall as you go down?
Kind of. I just wouldn't want to like there's a trap or something.
Sure. Yep. You can go down
Yeah.
slowly, take your time, and be watching for traps and stuff. Give me investigation's fine.
Investigation. Okay. That is the better one. So if I can, I like to go for that one. Okay, I'm gonna try to use this thing with Beyond. Did that
Oh,
work?
cool. I like that.
Awesome. It did. 16.
16. That is quite a good investigation. While you feel the wall as you're going down, I'm guessing you're going to like slide down like a foot or two, then you're going to take one hand on the rope and kind of feel the wall, check for things, then you're going to slide down a little more. You feel the stone work, and most of it is dry. You can tell that this well has been dry for a while. You don't detect anything abnormal on the way down. And you slide down, no problem. You land. It's about, I'd say, almost your ankle. Like it just covers your shoes with water. And it kind of opens up a little bit. Let's say about a 10 by 10, 10 feet by 10 feet, little reservoir area. And since you have night vision, you can look around and you can see that there is a walkway or tunnel of some sort in one direction.
And that's not normal, or would that be normal?
That's not normal.
It's not.
Okay, I was like, I have not been in a well in real life, so I'm not totally sure.
Well, are you curious about if your character would know what a regular well should have?
I guess I wouldn't think she would, but I think that I suppose, does she know if this well is supposed to have a passage down there or not?
Give me a history roll.
Ooh, yeah, I think I can do that. What's my history?
Your history of your own town. This town, you're very knowledgeable of your town, and you know that even that this village has existed longer than you, because elves live a long time. This place has existed for a while. This well has been dug for a while, and actually, it is an intended part of the well that there is, actually, for some reason they dug down. And then when it started drying up, they dug over and they found another aquifer. So it's intended as part of the design. It is strange for a well, but it just happens to be how this one was done many years ago, before your time.
Okay, I guess I'll yell back up. Well, there's a little passage here, but that's how it's supposed to be. I don't see anything weird. Should I go into the passage, or do you guys want to come down?
Yeah, we should come down. I want to burn through all my torches like a week after I got them all.
Well, when you went to the goblins, you replaced them when you returned at the quartermaster. So you're back at 10.
Well, I used one in the two in the mausoleum, so I guess I'm at 8 again.
Fair enough.
So that's fine. I guess I'll climb down. You said it's not a roll check. It's just it's like a half speed thing, or
Somebody might want to tie a knot though, the rope.
Internet connection, I wouldn't have you guys.
I don't know about Steamlabs OBS, but I know in normal OBS Studio you can change the server, the Twitch server that you're trying to upload to.
We're back up. It's going to take a second to reload your pages. Yeah, it was a quick Trix breakfast cereal. Trix is for kids, but also for 30-something-year-old D&D nerds. Or 40, I don't know. I'm sure some of you are some people, I've seen their numbers in their names are in the 70s, so I'm going to guess maybe we got older people as well. That's all good. D&D is for every age. Maybe, like, limiting, like, 2-year-olds. They're not very good at Dungeons & Dragons.
Well, I think most games probably are limited from 2-year-old.
Yeah, Patty Cake. You got that one. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I apologize to everyone for that slight hiccup in the connection, but we didn't do anything. Everyone's still sliding down the well, so if you stuck with it, we're back at that point. As far as I'm concerned as the DM, you guys all successfully traverse, and I'm guessing all 4 of you went down, and you are standing in this small room with a tunnel that May knows leads to another room of some sort, but you have to go there to see it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I climbed down and light the 3rd torch in 3 hours.
Hey, man. That's
It's
what
fine.
you get for being a
Oris
human.
is the torch guy.
I mean, I think that you can use the same torch, right? It lasts like an hour.
Well, we took the short rest, so.
Well, I mean, if you put it out.
That's true.
Okay.
You could extinguish it and reuse it.
It's not a big deal. They cost like
Yeah.
I think
a
we all have
bronze or
some just
something.
from like our base equipment, anyways. So.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a torch. It's lit. It's maybe I'll just give you guys a magical torch at some point. Who knows? Or one of you will learn a light spell, and I won't have to worry about
There
it.
is a spell I could take at a 2nd level spell called Continual Flame, I believe.
Yes,
It
that's
costs a little bit, but you can basically have a flame that just never goes out,
uh
and it doesn't do heat or anything.
if you put that in a scabbard, you have a flashlight.
Scabbard. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be better to put it in like a lantern or something, which you can.
Well, a scabbard you can turn it off a lot better, and you can just direct it better.
So you're talking like a hooded lantern is what you're
Yeah,
describing.
like a hooded lantern is basically the same thing.
It's
Also,
okay.
you can use it to aim.
Which you could do with it. That's
It's
okay.
a hooded lantern.
That's okay. Let's not. Theory crafting aside, you guys all land in the water, and there's like a tiny bit of water, and it's soaking the bottoms of your shoes, but it's not enough that if they were to lower the bucket and bring it back up, they're not gonna. It's gonna take them forever to get any water out, and sow the fields or whatever they want to do with the water. It's very little, and that's why they're struggling.
All right, well, I'm gonna start going down the tunnel as soon as they start sliding down the ropes. Or rope. I guess now that I'm down here, should I make another trap check or investigation check?
Sure. You guys want to stop and check the immediate room for traps? You go ahead. You can roll investigation.
Yeah, just since they're coming down anyways, I have.
Yeah, you had some time, so. Yeah, you're very
Yes.
investigative. Is that the word? You're checking the walls. The water level has been low for a while, and you can kind of tell by where the rocks are wet that it's been a while that there hasn't been much water available. But you don't detect any traps or any issues with the room. It's just more stones and dirt. I guess the stonework would actually probably end, and then it would just be kind of like a wood or a dirt, like earthen dome type roof, I guess. I don't know if you guys are fully picturing what I'm explaining, but I'm selling it. So
It's almost like a mine shaft without
sure. It's what you think a well's bottom is, okay? It's like when Batman fell down the well.
Oh, exactly. Now I've got it.
Yeah. Okay. Because he fell down the well, and then there was somewhere to go, right? So that's kind of
so
what's
maybe he
happening.
didn't
That's what's
die.
happening here. So expect
Small.
your parents to die. Oh, May, you are Batman. Okay, so everyone's at the bottom. You've discovered there's no immediate danger where you're standing, other than slightly soaked socks, possibly.
Oh, right.
I'm-
I forgot. Sorry. I've cast mage armor on myself.
That's fine. We can say you did that when you went in to grab your gear.
Yeah, it just takes an action. So.
Yep, 6 seconds. It took you 6 seconds longer to get out.
Well, actually, I guess it does actually like appear sort of as something. So you guys like slide down the rope, and you see me casting a little spell, and then when I turn around, I've got like sort of translucent, glowing armor. When I shift and move around, that kind of like appears a little bit.
You are.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
What was that?
Zosimus sneezes as he's allergic to rope climbing. And
That's a bard spell.
All at the yeah, you all just took 2 points of psychic damage.
Is there anything in the room that stands out?
It's not much of a room. It's basically just.
Yeah, I investigated. It doesn't appear that there's anything in here. I guess we should just go down this scary tunnel. The secret
Yeah.
tunnel.
Yes. Can continue on, I guess.
Well,
Alright.
Let's go.
I'll go.
Okay, so you travel down the pathway for a bit, and you enter into a much larger. I don't know. I'm gonna say room, but again, it's dug out from the earth, so it's not really a room per se. It's more circular in design and it kind of curved at the roof or ceiling, whatever you want to call it. You enter this area, and most of you can't see. Well, I guess you have torches, so you can see somewhat into the room. It's let's say the room is about 60 feet wide around, and in the center of the room, oh, I guess you couldn't see that. Sorry. Everything's just a foot deep. Or not a foot deep. What am I talking about? You can. I might be accidentally spoiling things. So as far as you can tell, it's just a room that has this water level up to your feet or whatever it is that I said earlier. We're gonna go with whatever I said earlier for water level. I feel like the water keeps like slightly going up and down as I describe it every time.
Sure, it wouldn't be completely
But
flat
it's-
either,
but
so
it's
that's
not.
fine.
Yeah.
Other things you notice in the room is on the far side. You notice there's something watery that's moving, and it's since it's on the far side. We're talking the light doesn't quite make it all the way, and the dark vision is just giving you shades of gray. So you know that there's some watery figure at the far end that you're not quite sure what it is, and near you guys is some kind of altar. It's about, let's say, about chest high, and it has some inscriptions on it.
Huh. Can I see and read them from here, or would I need to get closer to investigate or roll the check on it?
You guys would kind of have to step into the room a little bit, but you could stay near the entrance if you wanted, yeah.
I'm going to light my lantern with
Do you
Oh.
guys see that watery thing?
and
No, where?
and go. I'm going to light my lantern and go up to the altar.
Okay, we can definitely...
Oh boy!
Hold
Oh
on,
boy!
I put my hand out before he moves. Because there's something moving in the water over there.
Do I? Now that I've got my lantern up, can I see what he's talking about?
How far is the lantern's light better than the torch's light?
Let me take a look to be sure.
Is that was kind of what I was going off of, but I can...
If it's on the far side of the room, it shouldn't be like a 60-foot range of light, I don't think.
Yeah, the torch
lamp,
is 20 foot and then an additional 20 dim.
15 radius of bright and dim of 30.
Yeah, so the torch is even more light that I already have.
Okay. I
We
just
wouldn't
want to
see
know how much light there is, because I'm assuming that
I
you
was-
guys are not lighting enough that this thing is being lit, because if it's being lit, it's definitely aware of you guys. So,
But I was thinking, are we going? I was thinking, if any of them see it, and they can point it out to me, I can do something.
I'm pointing at it, but I can only see something like sort of, again, shades of gray, like moving in the water. So that's kind of what I don't have much of a description beyond. There's something moving in the water.
something fluidy is over there.
Have you guys ever heard of? And tell me if I wouldn't know about this at all. But
Okay.
I'm assuming I've heard of like elementals before, like things made of.
Sure. Can
Water.
you just throw me? You've been doing amazing on the rolls. Just throw me like a general wisdom check for me, or you can even make it Arcana if you want.
I mean,
Yeah.
intelligence at least, but Arcana would be good.
Arcana's intelligence, so I guess I gave you your choice. I wanted to throw a wisdom out there, but yeah, I guess as a wizard you want intelligence. Okay, you're very intelligent.
A
Okay,
wisdom
so
is
you do
terrible.
feel like this appears to be, to your best knowledge, that it could be a water elemental. And you're aware that those things are powerful.
Do we want to engage with this? If that's what
Well-
that is.
I think that if we are gonna walk around in here, it might have to. I guess we could try to stealthily get over to that altar and see if there's some way of deactivating whatever, if there's something controlling or holding this area. I've never heard of this altar being in here before that I know of.
So we do not want to fight the elemental.
I'm asking you guys.
I would prefer not to.
I'm asking.
It's kind of strange that it's here to begin with, because nobody from the town evidently has seen it going in and out of the well, so it's coming from somewhere else.
Well, I don't know a ton about elementals, but I think that they just kind of can spawn in water, right? If it's a water elemental that it is, which it totally could just not be. It could be an animal under the water too.
It could
The
be
way
a
it's
big fish. It could be a big fish. And we could be
the
this.
way it's moving and the fact that it doesn't seem like anything should be able to live down here, makes me think it might be something magical like that.
Okay. So, best case scenario, it's a big fish that we don't, or a big frog or something basic. Worst case scenario, it's an elemental or something worse that we don't know about offhand.
Right.
Excellent.
It's 3 beholders.
It's a married.
Oh, they're working together?
Excellent, excellent. Good to know.
The only problem is I don't know why there would be some kind of evil spirit in this water, if that's what it is. It's unless this well has been cursed, or I don't know.
Is it possible to get to the? Is it possible for me to get to the? What's it called? Altar.
The altar is very
Without-
close to the entrance. You barely have to enter the room. If you are careful with your light, you can totally get there. I might make you roll a stealth check if you want to be stealthy.
I would like to take a look at who else has good religion.
I do.
I'd like to bring along someone else who has decent religion. To go to
So
examine
how
the
do you
altar.
say how do you say that in character? Whoever has the highest religion stat, could you please step forward?
No, like, is someone here more pious than I am? Because I'm only who can know
I'm
who.
certainly not more pious, but from this distance, it seems like one or two of those letterings on there look familiar, so maybe I should go.
That'll
They
do.
actually do look familiar to you, but
Oh, brilliant.
you'll have to get a little
'cause
closer.
I know I know something about religion, but it's not. It's not my thing. Like every bard knows something because you have to talk about. You have to mention the gods in the song or two, but it's not my thing. You know, if someone knows a little bit more than the basics that bards know, because we have to know something. If you want to come with me, that'd be really helpful.
And Oris just says, I neglected my religious studies in the monastery.
Fjorn, do you want? Are you?
I have -1 in that, so
Well,
He only knows about Valhalla, so.
I think
you
we're-
guys should.
we're considered pagans. So
How about you guys just watch then, make sure that thing doesn't come attack us.
Very well.
Because
If it does engage, Zosimus, please do not use anything lightning based while we're standing in this water.
Shocking.
I will. I will
Yes.
speak to. I have something much better. Oh, that will be much more helpful. I have two things that are one thing much more helpful than that.
Also not fire-based, if that's what you're thinking, because it might be made of water.
No, I have something. I have mental based things ready.
Okay, that
Perfect.
might work. All right, well, I guess, do we need to roll stealth, or can we get in there?
Let's roll stealth.
Is it just the 2 of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm okay with just one of you. Whoever clicks it first. One of you roll for both of you.
I've already made checks. If you want to make a check, let's go. I made 4 already.
Ooh, that's a pretty number.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you guys have no problem. You keep your eye on the object as you move over to the altar, and it doesn't seem to move. You do notice. No, you know what? That's it. So you get to the altar. The 2 of you stand in front of it, and you can see this altar, and it has symbols on the front of it, or on the top of it, I should say. Some of which that you kind of recognize. It actually, yeah. After a few seconds of looking at it, it's written in Elvish, which I believe both you speak.
I
Yes.
do speak Elvish. Elvish because I'm an elf.
And I
But-
speak it because I don't like elves, and I want to know everything about them.
So, also there are some there's a symbol on there that you don't recognize.
Is it in a different language? I do know some weird languages because I have like 5 languages.
It's in. Let me just think real quick what it might be in.
I'll tell you what the ones I know. in
Sure,
case
you
wanna-
tell me
I
what
mean,
you
I
know,
don't
and I'll tell you if you know. If
I know Common, obviously, Draconic, Elvish, Primordial, and Sylvan.
I know Common and Elfish, and that's it.
I
Okay.
figured Sylvan could be the one if it's something Elvish, or Primordial if it's something.
I have
Elemental.
I have a
Draconic.
suspicion.
Of what the
All the
ones not
character.
mentioned, I guess it doesn't. Yeah, never mind.
I
Okay,
have,
so
all of character
I'm
I have
not there,
suspicion.
you know enough languages that I'm going to give you this. You don't think that it's written in a language. You think that it is some kind of like magical coded symbol of some sort, almost like a signature, maybe.
Runes? Oh, okay.
There's a spell that I've heard of that can do things like this. Maybe it's a spell. It's kind of like a coded. I don't know how it works. I don't have the spell myself, so.
So you can't, as far as I can tell, you don't have the ability to decipher what that is. Maybe you could spend some time here and try to figure it out if you guys wanted to do that.
Sure.
You could also
See,
see if all 4 of your party members don't recognize it, because it's possible that.
Could we
This-
do an Arcana or a
Wink,
religion
wink,
check? to
wink,
figure-
wink. He winks. The DM winks at you.
That's
You wanna-
Yeah.
Could we do an Arcana or a religion check to figure out whether this is like a symbol of a? From
Do you want to
the,
know what the Elvish says?
Yes.
Okay.
that would be good. Yeah.
I'll give you the Elvish. It's a riddle, and it
Ooh.
just says thicker than water. It translates to thicker than water.
Oh, I think I know. Oh, okay. Okay, I haven't.
Don't cut yourself yet.
No. Can I make? Should I make an Arcana or a religion check to, take a stab at what the the rune?
Yeah, can we make some kind of check for it?
Sure, but so,
Because out of character, I have a suspicion.
you like I said, it's out of character, or as a DM, out of. I'm not in there, so I guess everything I say is out of character. Like I said, it feels like someone did some kind of magic here, and then they left their signature or their mark on it. But so it's probably someone's name or someone's. It's not a language.
It's not the It's not the symbol of a god or something.
They tag.
You're saying it's somebody's mark, maybe.
Sure. You can make a. I see what you're trying to get at with the religion check. You can make a religion check then.
Okay.
I was curious if there was some way of figuring out if it is actually magical, which I don't know if I need to cast Detect Magic or if I could just do Arcana for that.
Sure.
Like it's
Yeah.
magic.
You can throw an Arcana check in there.
Okay.
While you roll that, Zazimus, you know a lot about your religion. Don't get me wrong. You just rolled a nat 20. You're not aware of any
I
god.
don't know yet.
You think that this is
I can't. I missed what you said because I got interrupted.
sure.
Oh,
You
no.
don't believe it's related to any religious deity. You're scouring your mind. Suddenly your mind opens and you're just like, oh, I remember every god ever. And you're pretty sure your mental Google search has returned 0 results. As for the Arcana
No.
check, you kind of feel that, generally speaking, when there's a magically inscripted riddle, Elvish, with a signature, you're expecting. Also, you've seen Elemental. You're starting to feel some magical vibes from this. Of course. I don't think you needed me to tell you that, but there you go.
Nah, I just wanted to see if anything more. I think, I mean, a lot of times I've heard the saying, I guess not a lot of times, I've heard the saying that blood is thicker than water. Seems weird to just like put blood on this altar though. That's usually not a lot of times that's a more of a culty vibe than a good religion. Do you know what I'm saying?
Are these discussions happening out loud? And can Oris?
Yeah, can we communicate it to the other characters?
You guys
Yeah,
are
I was gonna
close
say,
enough. You
can-
guys are
can we hear
within-
them
You
discussing
guys are
this?
maybe 10 feet from, like, this altar is near the entrance, so you guys can speak. I mean, it's up to the other two party members if they want to stay where they are, or they could go up and investigate as well, or they could.
If either of you want to come up and take a crack at this, we're having
Yeah,
we're running out of ideas.
I'll wave you guys over. Come on.
Okay, I'll come up.
Should we stealth check to go over there too then, or
Sure.
I don't know how long it's been.
Sure. It just, the pair of you can just give me. Well, I'll just have Oris roll it because I know you're the stealthier of the two.
Oh no!
It's a pretty
That
low,
one.
pretty low roll.
That's a bad one.
Right.
As you guys come over, there's some heavy footfalls, some splashing in the water. You notice the creature or whatever on the other side kind of stirring a little, but as far as you can tell, it's not going anywhere. Almost winds up flat on his face, Oris, but I'll let you guys just kind of arrive at the pedestal here.
There's a little divot here I didn't see through the water. I
Yeah.
almost tripped.
I think I walked right there. I didn't see any. I didn't.
So I guess what I asked what they have thought and what they've tried, which is the blood is thicker than water thing. But have you guys actually tried it?
Well, no, I just wasn't sure. It sort of seems like a culty type thing, which we weren't sure if there'd be any. If you guys recognize this symbol or anything.
My English ain't that good.
What do I roll to see if if I recognize the symbol?
Oh, sorry.
Oris.
I was reading chat. I was getting a little distracted there. So when you guys first show up, Oris isn't immediately aware, but strangely enough, of the four of you, Fjorn recognizes this symbol that's on there. He doesn't read the Elvish. You can't read that. You can barely read. But for
No
some
Elvish.
reason, he's familiar with that. He's seen it before, and he's taking a second to recall it. He's thinking, he's pondering. You guys are kind of like wondering what's going on as like smoke rises from his ears a little bit.
Why are your eyebrows raised so high?
He remembers because, you know, memory isn't related to your stats. You can have the ability to remember things. He remembers something in his pocket that has the same symbol.
Why are you touching your pocket like that?
What have I got in my pockets? Is
Brilliant.
You
Is
reach
it-
in your pocket and you can feel it on a coin that you have in your pocket, and you, as your thumb touches against it, you can feel that symbol on it.
my oddly stamped coin? I wonder what this means.
What? A coin?
Yes.
Do we want to toss the coin into the water? Do we want to put the coin onto the altar?
Well, are you guys even aware of how I have a feeling Fjorn did this solo, so you guys might not even. Some of you might actually very much in real life not be aware of what he did to acquire this
No.
coin.
No, I have no idea what.
But I mean, it did. It happened when the three. Well, it happened on screen, but I mean, he was alone at the time, so it's up to Fjorn what he wants to tell you or explain.
So I was at the Enchanter's Tower. Was that what it was?
Yes.
And I didn't want to take it at first, but the Enchanter kept offering it to me and said that I really needed it. So I kind of broke and took it.
So you don't know anything about it, though?
Nothing about it.
I guess. Huh. I don't know if that gives us much to lead on, honestly. That's very curious, though.
Make a wish and drop it in the water.
Or maybe if we placed it on the altar. But last time we placed something on something, we had trouble.
I know, I feel like unless we just want to leave this place, we're gonna have to get ready for a fight and put some blood and or this coin on the altar.
If we should try find out a little more about this before we.
We can just check out that watery thing over there.
That watery thing?
The water creature or whatever is over there.
We could try and ask it if it knows anything.
Oh,
It might
boy.
not attack us. I mean, I feel like if we do something that activates this altar or something, it might attack us either way. It might be some kind of protector.
Can you speak primordial?
Yeah, actually I do.
Could you make the sounds of a message that would be helpful for me to say to it? And I'll repeat them exactly.
What?
And tell me if I get them exactly right.
I mean, I don't. What kind of message?
This could go very badly. Because I would get a message back and I have to guess at what he says. And this could
I mean,
go
I
so
can
bad.
just say it. I don't have like excellent.
have
grammar
message?
or something.
Do you have message?
No.
Yeah, because I was thinking, if I sent a message using the sounds that you have, I could ask it to help us, but I wouldn't know what its response was until it got here. I just thought that went through finally, and I was like, oh, that's a really dumb idea.
Zazimus successfully has a bad idea.
I guess I can just try to talk to it if you guys think that would be a good idea.
Oris actually knows primordial as well, but he's just going to sit here and allow you to go ahead.
Well, I,
Let the
a little
girl
out
do
of
it.
character here. I was expecting, like Oris to like perk up a little at this prospect.
He's just watching.
Okay.
He watches the little girl get closer to the possible monster.
Okay. So
I
what do we
guess
do?
I'm gonna step forward. I'm not gonna go all the way across the room because that seems crazy, but I'm gonna step a little bit away from them, just into like the edge of the light, and
Okay.
then
Can you give me? Let's
Mm-hmm.
say let's say you're moving 10 to 15 feet towards the thing. Can you give me a perception check for me?
show. Let me.
That's pretty perceptive.
12.
Okay, then can you give me?
Uh-oh. Dex save.
I'll let you. It won't be a dex. Let's just do a acrobatics, which I know is not much better.
It's the same actually for me. An acrobatics check.
Yeah.
All right. Hope you guys are
Okay.
ready.
Okay, so you almost don't realize it at first until you take the step and your body starts to plunge into the water, and you manage to like do a bit of a move and come back, and you realize that there's a point where the water drops and you don't know how deep it goes. So you're about, let's say, 10 feet further away from that altar. You're still maybe 40 feet away from the figure. You would have to swim at that point.
Oh, does it seem, I guess, I don't even know if I can see the edge of this, but can I see the edge of where it gets deeper? Now that I'm standing near it. Or is it too
Sure.
dark?
Yeah. I mean, no one brought light with. You know what? That's fine. Yeah, you can kind of
I
see
can
that
have
there's.
them give me the torch.
I was
can
gonna
have
say-
them toss it to me.
I was gonna say Oris is gonna just say, "I told you there's a spot you can trip," and then he's gonna walk up beside May with the torch.
Okay.
May
So
look rueful.
you can kind of tell that there's about let's say about a 10-ish foot rim around the room that's walkable, and then the center. I almost said it earlier when I was explaining what was in the room. I said there's something in the center, and I'm like, wait, you guys wouldn't know that. You wouldn't be just aware in this dark room that the water drops. So, but May's not entirely surprised because I did mention earlier that you knew that there was an aquifer or another reservoir of water here, and that's why
Right.
this room was built this way. But it should be filled. It should be filled with water. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't need to come down here to retrieve water.
Do you think we should just go around, or I guess I could try to talk to it from here? Say to Oris.
Does it split the room? Like, could we go around it?
Split the room? No, it's a rim around. If
It's
you
like
can,
there's a 10-foot
if you can
rim
picture,
around.
the room is a circle.
Yeah.
And then there's a tighter circle that's deeper.
Yeah, so we could work around it. You get
could.
across
Yes,
the room.
Yes.
But
you could
I
go
don't
around.
know. I mean, maybe we should just talk to it from here. I don't want to get too close. I guess I'll start going around the edge. I don't want to be too close to it again. I guess maybe when I get like.
Yeah. Are you gonna 1v1 a water potential water?
I don't know. It seems like no one
Oris
is
is-
like everyone's just waiting for me to do something.
Oris,
I don't
no,
know
Oris
if I
is there.
recommend
He's-
that as the DM. Am I supposed to recommend things?
Oris is there
I
too.
can escape.
This is
No,
not
I got-
one shadow. It's a what?
I think I'm gonna walk up and go behind him.
I'm gonna
Kind of-
follow behind the foolish elf girl.
I guess at like 30 feet away around the rim, I will stop.
How wide you say the rim was?
60 foot. I assume that's like
Yeah.
a diameter,
Yeah.
or
That's
I'm gonna go
across.
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
How wide
I'm
is
gonna
the
go,
edge
The
of
ledge
it where
is
you?
only
The 10 feet. You have about a 10-foot. So
there's
you
like a
guys can go
50
shoulder to shoulder if you want a 2v.
or a 40 foot. I mean, there's like a 40 foot like diameter circle in the middle that gets deeper.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, it's theater of the mind, so we can fudge the numbers.
I
a
don't
little.
think we want to go like single file, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can go. You
absolutely.
can go shoulder to shoulder, but it's wet and slippery,
Well-
and
It might be. I don't know what this is, but it might be better if we circle up. We go from both directions. You might be able to just escape into the water, but if it for some reason can, or if it gets surprised, you might be able to kind of.
So you guys are close enough now that you can kind of see this thing. It appears to be dormant at the moment. Like you could creep up pretty close to it. The water or the light from your torches and lanterns are just barely bathing into it, and it does appear to be a humanoid aberration of water, and it's just kind of not doing a whole lot. It's rippling, as water would in a magical sense, but it appears to be in like almost like a slumped or sleeping dormant state, not watching, not doing anything else in that.
I'm gonna cast fairy fire on it.
Okay.
That seems.
I thought we came here to talk to it.
That seems premature.
Okay, well, I won't.
You begin to start casting an incantation for fairy fire, and you hear the other party members kind of go, "Ah!" And you just barely, you got like 4/5 of the way through the spell, and you kind of hesitate. No spell slot lost.
Like, okay, fine.
I talk to it still. I think that I'm a little bit worried. I think that there's some big. It could be some kind of cursed thing, or like someone who was cursed to be here. I don't know what elementals look like, but this looks almost humanoid. Maybe someone that died here. I'm just kind of speculating, to be honest. But
So did we split up and we're like 2 and 2, or is that the idea, or were we
I
just all
guess
4
I
on
mean,
one
we had
side?
Time to. We were already over here when you
Yeah.
started whispering.
Okay, so we all
I'm
hear.
gonna talk to it, I guess. Is there anything I'm gonna whisper? Is there anything you guys think I should say, or I can just kind of greet it respectfully?
Yeah.
Maybe ask it if it knows why the water level is low.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the water humanoid thing that's in the water, and in primordial, which I don't know if it sounds pretty weird to you guys, but I will just say, hello there, water person. I hope we're not trespassing on your space.
So as you speak, and I'll just say it. I'll call it this because it's cooler. As you speak Aquan, which is the water of the 4 primordial languages.
Does the water ripple out whenever I talk in Aquan?
Well, when you speak it, you can actually feel the like ripples in the water underneath you. Like you can tell like the water itself is like almost aware, even though it's not alive.
It sounds like my mouth is a gurgling fountain.
Yeah, you basically just spit on this thing.
Oh no!
No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't react, but as you speak and in that language to it, you notice the altar from before does like a faint glow for a second, like a little bit of like blue light comes off of it, and then it dies off again.
The whole altar, or just the rune?
We'll just say all the writing on it, the Elven.
I'm gonna look back at the other guys. Well, nothing happened. It feels like just a total mistake to start pouring blood on an altar, but I don't have
Well,
anything.
you may as well do it.
Now, I want to know if I can. Okay, I remember the pond. The pond had a blue glow to it, right? Is this something that's
going
similar?
back to the pond. Going back to the pond. All right, just a second while my DM brain flips back a few pages. Yes, sorry. Go ahead.
I remember a blue glow about kind of the pond had. I was wondering if that's the same type of blue glow we just seen.
How about you give me? I'm gonna actually make you roll wisdom on this one.
Just like raw wisdom, or like.
Sure.
You really don't know if you're going to be working.
No!
Plus
put-
1, so 2.
I put in
What?
that I'm available. I haven't gotten
No,
an
that's a
answer of
natural
whether
one.
I am.
No, that's if because you should
No.
rolling 1
No.
with a space.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a 1.
Correct.
Oh gosh, hang on.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
I'm
I was
doing-
like-
I will do that
There.
later.
18.
18. So you're very wise. I thought your wisdom might have been. I guess it's 0 modifier. You're wise.
Plus 1 on.
You don't think it's the same. The blue light you got off of this guy, it was brief, and you didn't get much off of it, but that was a good roll. It seemed paler, the blue that you remember from the pond. And you also remember that there was that Tessa remembered there being an aura or a sense of some feeling. You guys didn't notice it, but you still didn't feel it then, you don't feel it now, but no one seems to be responding in that way. I hope that answers your inquiry.
I was just thinking maybe the two are connected in some way, but
Possibly, but you do see some distinct differences between them. Had you rolled lower, it would have just been the color blue. And you would have been like, hey, more light! All light is the same. But you were able to discern the differences.
okay.
I guess it might be smart for me to be the one to put blood on the altar because I'm an elf.
Or it could be the barbarian who needs, or it might be the one other person who needs to know it, but all. But it's
I think
who knows.
Sorry, what?
I have an idea. Maybe we should put blood on the coin and place it on the altar.
That was one of my ideas as well.
Okay.
I was just meaning which kind of blood. I think that anyone could, but I was thinking because it's all in Elvish, maybe.
You were offering up your young elven blood, is what you're saying.
My young elven blood, yeah.
Young elven blood. That sounds so.
Well, I'm okay with giving blood.
Okay, yeah. If you want to go first, I'm down. I don't want to put blood on.
All right, we'll try it with mine.
Fjorn's not squeamish. Oris is gonna stay kind of at that halfway point between, I guess, the altar and the elemental.
I'm gonna make Oris cut me.
I will go back over to the altar and see what happens.
Oris, you must be the one.
I don't have any blades. I
He's
have
the only
a
one I
whip,
trust.
which
I have a
I have
dagger,
a whip and a
I can stab.
Your fists.
the bow
I
staff.
hand
So
you my
or my
hand you
fists.
dagger.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a dagger.
He has
I
a
mean-
battle axe. He doesn't. Do you need a blade?
yeah, can't you do it yourself, Fjorn, with your axe?
Well, how am I
You keep it sharp.
supposed to like? This thing's a two-handed thing.
I'll give you my dagger.
If you guys just want to put blood on the coin, you can just run your thumb along the axe blade, and there'll be a drop of blood on your thumb. You don't have to take any damage.
Okay, I'll do that.
Sorry, I think my audio cut out for a second.
I
It's
just wanted to.
Did you
I just
say
wanted to
anything?
make-
Yeah, I was saying you can use my dagger, and no one heard me. I was like, why doesn't
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah, I
heard.
kind
Sorry.
of jumped in and I was like, you guys, let's make this easy on you. You can just run your thumb against the blade of your axe and have a drop of blood on your thumb. You don't have to take any damage.
Here, I've got my diabetes test thing here. You can just no
Okay.
logistics.
Okay.
All right,
So
so
you
Okay,
take the
I,
blood and you put it on the coin.
Yeah, I
Okay.
take my thumb, run it across my axe, and I put it on the coin and place it on the symbol.
Okay, sorry, I need to stop real quick. I just want to know where everyone is.
yeah, Oris is still at the halfway point, I guess, in between the altar and the elemental.
So you picked one of the ways around. And
Sure.
you're about halfway through, and where are the other
Wherever
two?
wherever we stop to talk to the elemental. That's Oris
Okay.
stayed there.
And is that where the others are as well?
I'm by the altar.
You're by the altar, Zazimus.
I'm trying to get near to the, elemental, but
Are you guys
at
pierce?
an angle.
You guys are piercer attacking it, or are you?
Pins are attacking.
Okay.
Pins are
That's fine. Yeah. So you're about halfway on the one side. Oris is halfway on the other side, and then two of you are at the altar. Okay. I just want to make mention of that because the second you hit blood on the coin, the symbol starts to glow for a second, and you might be given pause before putting it onto the altar itself. There appears to be some kind of magic aiding from it at that point. May is aware of that as well. And you hear a faint voice in your mind saying that you faintly recognize, hello? And it is Whimsy.
Who hears it? All of us here?
Only
Because I think
Fjorn.
only
Only Fjorn
Fjorn
in his
Okay,
mind.
yeah.
So I know you said you put it on the altar, but I'm gonna give you a pause here before you put it on the altar, and you can decide what you want to do with that information.
Why are you stopping?
Just heard a voice.
The symbol is glowing. What do you mean you heard a voice?
I'm trying to. It sounds familiar.
I see you've activated the coin.
Right. And it's the voice of, I believe, the enchanter that gave me this coin.
Is he a good guy?
Who knows? I wasn't there long enough to really try to figure out if she was good or bad. So
You seem busy right now. I just want you to know that if you ever need to speak with me, you can just rub the coin now. You don't have to make payment again. And it is lucky, like I said.
Whimsy tells me I can just rub the coin and talk to her. That's kind of
Wait,
strange.
you can respond.
I
to
guess
her? Get
this
money?
altar, yeah, what we just did activated the coin, I believe.
Okay. Can you ask her about this altar? Is it hers?
Okay, I'll rub the coin and ask her if she knows any more about this altar, I guess.
It sounds like it's asking for the same kind of payment. That symbol on the coin, it means pay with blood.
Okay, so I tell, I guess, them or whoever hear me that the symbol itself means pay with blood.
May immediately copies it down into her book. Her spell book.
Sounds good. That sounds good. DM note, if I ever want... Now I don't have to give you a riddle. I can just make you pay with blood with a symbol. Awesome.
Yeah, boom. I'm gonna say, well, I guess does she think it's safe? I guess we already figured out that it needs blood, but it's nice to be for sure.
Now we know the altar needs blood to act. I'm guessing it's going to activate something.
So what information have you spoken to Whimsy? I'm trying to figure out what you're saying to Whimsy and what you're saying to the party. I mean, some of it's going to overlap because it's what you're thinking.
So I'm going to ask her. She will tell us what will happen when we put blood on the altar.
So I'm just going to take a stab here that you're going to describe the situation to her? Or are you just telling her there's an altar that has the symbol on it?
Okay, I thought we already asked her about the altar.
I just want to know what you're asking her. Because I don't want to assume you've told her everything if you don't want to tell her everything.
Right.
I'll ask her. I'll tell her we have found this altar, and it says in Elvish that thicker than water.
Okay, so she confirms that symbol and the riddle, it's all tied to the same thing, and yes, it means pay with blood. But I'm curious, what is this enchantment that you're paying for? You also hear, like, somehow mentally hearing, like, apparatus moving in your mind. Like, you can tell she's working. Like, it's weird. It's like a feeling, not so much like a sound. You just, like, know that she's only giving you, like, 50% of her attention.
It's better than 0.
I want to ask her again. Now, what's going to happen when we put blood on this altar? Do you have any idea?
Well, where are you? Where is this altar? What enchantment do you think it is attached to? Altars can do many things.
I don't know, but it has the same symbol as this coin on it.
Yes, as she explained before, the symbol means pay with blood, but the coin, it activated and allowed you to speak with me. I don't know what the altar does without more information. Where are you?
We're in the bottom of a well.
A well? Well. That's a horse of a different color. Are you in danger?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But there is this ugly elemental over here.
Element. She pauses. You almost feel like somehow her mind has walked away from yours for a second. And then returns. Are you in camp? You can't be. Where have you
No.
gone? There's a water in a well?
Ask her what it would do. Ask her like the possibility. See if it would activate the elemental, or if maybe it'll fill the well back up with water or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna ask her that. I'm gonna ask her once again if she would have any idea if this would activate something that would maybe activate the elemental.
Okay, well, you must be in the Elven lands. You know it's not safe there, and I don't mean because of the elves.
Ooh.
Okay. Tell me the letters. Although you can't because you don't speak Elvish.
Oh, I speak Elvish.
You do speak Elvish as well? Everyone speaks Elvish?
Oris doesn't.
Excellent. So you can, if you choose to, you can transcribe exactly letter for letter.
Okay, I do.
Okay. It sounds to me like there's enchantment on that well. I recommend you pay the toll. You will probably still have to encounter the beast, but I believe it will be weakened.
Okay. So I'm gonna relay that to everybody.
That seems odd. It's gonna be weakened if we essentially sacrifice to this? Why? I don't know how much she knows. I won't keep prying her for information.
It's up to you guys. Whimsy seems offering at the moment. Although you guys just think Fjorn is talking to himself. for the
Yeah,
most
that's
part.
why I feel like if I was actually talking to her, I'd probably be way
Wow,
more
this guy
annoying.
knows so
You know,
much!
Asking Kieran over and over again.
Right? She said it would weaken it. So I'm guessing somebody's either I can try to squeeze more blood out of my thumb, or because
Yeah.
she said we'll probably have to face it. So, and what I'm thinking, what's going to happen now? We do this. What if everything starts flooding with water?
We'll
I
have
mean,
to
it might
move
not be that
fast.
Who are you,
bad,
who are you
actually.
speaking to? Are you asking
I'm
Whimsy? Are you asking the DM or are you asking?
I'm
Whimsy's-
talking to them.
Okay.
I think that a fill with water actually wouldn't be that bad because we could just escape. And if it came after us, it would be in a smaller space when we got to the well.
Depending on how fast the water rises.
Right.
She's half listening to what Fjorn is hearing, so she gives one last piece of advice to Fjorn. I have to go, but I want you to know that I think someone was down there that knew they couldn't handle this thing. So they prepared the enchantment, the altar, the payment, to help whoever could handle it. I can't say more, but we aren't dangerous. And then she leaves. Just mentally, maybe you can rub the coin again, but mentally, for somehow you feel like she's again left your mind, and yours is your own.
Okay, so I relay that to them that somebody put this altar here to weaken it because they knew they couldn't handle it alone. So
Well, we're not alone.
but I think we should all be back over here away from the main pool of water. It's just my idea. Like, before we do this,
Might be smart.
Yeah, and I guess I'll move back towards the altar then. At that idea.
So-
If we're planning to actually challenge the thing, then we would want to start off probably together. At least in Oris's mind.
Okay. Zazimus, same thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know this, and I'm probably too far away to hear this conversation. But yeah, I'm.
Well, once you guys knew that the elemental wasn't responding to direct voice, you guys have not been lowering your voice. You've been talking at a regular register, knowing that it's not waking up from your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed Oris could hear it, and I thought he was about the same distance
Mhm.
as Zazimus would have been.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of just kind of grab everybody and move this along a little bit. If you guys can just tell me where you guys want to be when you put the blood on the altar. That's basically all I need to know. And
I think we should just all go by the altar.
Yeah, Oris is by the altar with the other two.
I would like to be within. Let me check my numbers. Uh. I'd like to be within 60 feet of the creature.
that's the whole length of the room, so you're good as long as you're in the room.
Okay, so altar is good.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume, correct me if I'm wrong here, that we're putting Oris and Fjorn up front with the two spellcasters behind in kind of a cube or a
Yeah,
square formation.
yeah, that works. Oh, I don't like it, but yeah.
So-
You guys
so-
can
yeah.
do whatever you want. You guys want to spread out around so that you can kind of come at it from all. Like, I'm not sure what you want to do, but
Oh wait.
I would honestly not want to fight this thing if it was in the very center. I would want this thing to be on the edges so that you could get in.
How about we let's put this let's go. Can we box it into a space?
You could go for like a pincer maneuver.
Yes.
There's nothing stopping you guys from swimming if you really want to. It
Absolutely not.
is not probably the best for
Um
combat.
yeah, I would like to stay with I'd like to who has ranged abilities?
Everyone but no, everyone. Sorry, everyone has range.
Okay. Yeah, I think that we need to surround it. Can't just go after one of us. But yeah, whatever it goes, let's just have it come at us.
So you guys want to? You guys want to like encircle?
I mean, assuming it attacks after we activate the altar, we would then maybe make those decisions during combat.
Yeah. Oh boy.
You could go stand behind it right now and just see what happens. Up to you guys. Up to you. You guys just to tell me where you want to be when you go to town.
I would like to be behind. I'd like to be in a pincer. If someone could help me pincer it from behind, I would appreciate that.
I'm not doing that because I need to be ranged.
Yeah, Oris
Right?
doesn't.
No, like range pincer from the side. Like
The position we were in before.
yes.
So I think if I'm trying to picture what you're saying is you want to put two ranged characters kind of halfway up on either side, and then have the two by the altar hopefully draw it towards them.
Correct.
And then if that plan succeeds and it doesn't just attack one of the twos on the side, you would have two people fighting it head on with two ranged characters then at that point behind it.
Correct.
Okay. If that's what the team wants to do. I'm just trying to make sense for everybody.
Oris is fine putting himself kind of on his own off to the side. I'm forcing some sort of tactics.
Okay. I think I can do this well enough. All right.
Every time you guys say well, I chuckle.
I know.
Okay, so I think we've got it all positioned. We're going to have Fjorn and May are at the altar, at the entrance to this thing. They're going to put the blood down. You got your two. You got Zazimus, I'm going to say on the left just because it doesn't matter. and Oris on the right in my mind, and then the elemental all the way down at the far end. There's some amount of light. I'll worry about that if that matters. It probably won't because it's too much bookkeeping. And before we do anything further, and because this is going to get exciting, let's take that quick 10-minute break in the middle before we get into anything too serious, because it is halfway through the stream.
All right.
Alrighty.
So everyone gets a quick bathroom break, and then we'll come back and see what happens with this elemental. Well.
Well.
And I am back. I'm available to talk to the stream. Ooh, good vibes. Good vibes. I think I'm gonna need to keep track of something here in a second. Ooh, excuse me. On my face, no less. How dare you? Alrighty then.
I have a quick question. Are you on
Yes.
off stream, I guess?
Sure. Give me 1 second. hope everyone is enjoying the stream so far, having a good time watching this, or possibly watching this at a later date. It will get posted on YouTube. It will get posted to the Tuber Tugger website, which I started very recently. So if anyone's curious about that, Nightbot spams it every once in a while. It's literally myname.ca. I mean, tubertugger.ca. If you don't know what I meant when I said literally my name, if you type in literally my name dot into the search bar, you'll be disappointed. Or maybe not. I don't know what it really says. If that's an actual site, I doubt it is.
That'd be an awesome site.
Literallymyname.com. Samuel Hansen. Someone had this idea. And mathematician. Wow, okay, that guy has some titles. And I suppose that's literally his name.
I would hope so. Unless it's figuratively his name.
You're funny.
So is everyone back?
Mm-hmm.
Am I here?
I think I heard everyone but Shulk.
Ember.
No, we can wait. We can wait a moment. It looks like this entire episode, or a lot of it, is just going to happen inside of a well that I did not prepare. I honestly didn't think. That's why I Theater of the Mind did this one, because I didn't think it would take very long, but it's taken a little longer than I should just prepare stuff.
I feel like we've taken longer than it needed to necessarily, but when you have 4 people like this, it always happens. I feel like you kind of talk about everything.
It's okay. You know, we're feeling stuff out. You guys technically are almost as much strangers as the characters in the game are. So I appreciate that it's not simple to just tell people what to do and go do it.
Yeah, that's true.
In real life, you usually have like one friend that's just like not afraid to step on anyone's toes, and he's like, "This is what we're doing."
Yeah.
Yeah. I showed I sent Ezekiel pictures of things I thought might be what his spell book would look like.
Oh, the endearing, enduring spell. Thanks to my slip up.
They weren't. They're not what my spellbook looked like. They were like these massive books. I'm not level 20 yet, unfortunately.
I'll send them to you on Discord. It's hilarious.
Sounds good.
I do imagine when you get to like super high levels out of Wizard, you do have like a couple volumes at least, because there's so many spells you can learn. I mean, I think you start off with 6 and you basically learn 2 every single level up.
Plus, you can just find them.
Yeah, you can add spells. If you find another spell book, you can copy them in, or if you find a spell scroll or something like that.
Yeah, spells you learned has like no limit for a wizard, but spells you have prepared.
If you're stupidly rich, you could get you could learn every spell.
Yeah.
Right.
You just can't have them all at the ready in a given day.
And you'd have to know all the wizard spells specifically. You can't like learn from other classes, which makes sense.
I'm back, by the way.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, so let me just take a quick look to see if there is something I can use.
Just like a donut or something?
I could use the pond. It's not great.
It's okay. I don't think we really need anything too intense, unless I don't know. I guess what this thing can do. So I guess if it can like swim around really fast or weird, it might be.
We can probably just. You want to know what the thing's swim speed is?
I guess that would be nice. I don't know. We'd have probably.
No, I'm not just gonna give you information. Jeez, at least make you look it up.
It has a swim speed of 100 feet.
I kind of remember some disturbing things about the water elementals.
I feel like this has got to be like a hopefully like a lower level one. Not that I can really remember all the different water elementals that exist, but
I just remember it has some. If I remember right, it has some resistances that give us some
I'm
trouble.
gonna assume fire is not gonna work very well on it. It might even be like immune, and then something like non-magical attacks, which sucks because we need to get some magic weapons up in here. And probably poison because water, although that actually could work. Maybe
I
acid.
think it is. I was thinking like poison and acid was immune to that.
Yeah, acid would make sense too. Although acid can eat away at water. I don't know. I'm just gonna. It kind of sucks because my best attacks are, or my cantrips are both fire and lightning, which I don't really know how lightning's gonna work, so I'm not gonna use it for now.
I can tell you that there is at least one elemental type that's good against it.
The element of battle axes.
Sorry, that's every enemy. Every enemy is vulnerable to battle axes, even if it says otherwise in the book.
What I think is crazy is werewolves or any kind of lycanthrope. Actually, they have immunity, right, to anything that's non-silvered or non-magical. But their own attacks are not technically magical or silvered. So if they like met each other in the wild, they would never be able to kill each other or even hurt each other.
That actually happened to me, not 1v1 lycanthrope, but in Adventure League, we went there and one of the missions, when we finished, we were allowed to purchase silvered weapons.
Nice.
And we all declined. And then when we showed up 2 episodes later, we fought something like that. And no one had, like, one person had I think it was me, actually. I was playing a warlock. Could actually deal any actual damage to it.
Oh, no.
And then he was just like, the DM just said, I'm not going to make you even do the fight. You're just defeated. And he drags you off to his, like, his leader or whatever. And then we got mouthed off to. And, like, whatever. We weren't killed, but we were defeated. He was just like, you can't hurt it.
Yeah.
None of you took silvered weapons. And I was like, that's not my fault. I got magic. I don't need it. What am I going to dagger him? Like, I don't care. I'll just throw Eldritch Blast at him or whatever.
Just dagger him on the dance floor.
Yeah. I daggered him with my eyes.
Staring daggers at him.
Okay. Let's gather everything back up again and get ready for Waterworld 2020. You guys...
The name of this chapter?
I actually named the chapter... It is kind of weird that I named the chapters going in. Because I don't actually know what you guys are going to do. So this one I was like, I don't know what they're going to do. So I put Crossroads. And you guys did not choose any path. You just going to go fight this thing in the well. So that's...
Just gonna jump down. We went down. We didn't go north, east, west, or south.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like a 3-dimensional 4D chess Crossroads. That's okay. I like where this has gone. I'm excited to have you guys attempt to take on this elemental of water. And let's hope the DM is kind with the kind of weakening it gets from whatever is planned to happen. I may have lied to you, and when you cut yourself, it actually strengthens the water elemental. And
But she might not be actually an ally.
Or
we
she
will
could
see.
do this.
Also, I don't know if we'll get out of this or not. Sorry, that's not the wording I want to use. I'm not sure how far along we'll get into this, if you guys will get to a point to rest or not, but I did want to tell you that coin you have, you can include in your inventory now as a lucky stone. It's a magical item that gives you +1 to every one of your attribute rolls.
Damn.
And it has the additional effects as described. When you rub it, it essentially casts a message and talks to Whimsy for you. So it's a powerful magical item. And you technically don't know or have attuned to it yet, but you will shortly. So I just wanted to let you know. So if I forget to mention it before the end of the episode, that's what you have. And so you get +1 to everything, which is pretty sweet. not damage and not like attack rolls, but
All your ability checks.
whenever you do an
abilities.
ability check, yeah, you just get +1. You're slightly stealthier. You're slightly, more persuasive.
Smarter.
Yeah. Although you guys have been rolling awesome up until now, except for that one or
My stealth roll.
I'm actually really concerned that the dice gods will. I'm hoping they're still favoring you because a water elemental is slightly higher challenge rating than a shadow.
But we did fight 2 zombies before the shadow.
That's
so
true.
I think
That's true.
I think we got this.
Okay.
And I'm in full gear now, so.
I think I'm ready to get started.
All
I'm
right.
ready to be.
Sounds good to me. So I'm gonna just assume that we're cutting our thumb again, or just it was already dripping a little bit more, and he rubs
Like
it
try-
along. Sorry.
I was just saying, squeeze some more out of it.
Yeah, you just kind of.
Ew.
You don't even. You just like look at it menacingly, and it just like in sphere bleeds a little, and then you rub that against the altar, and it starts doing the same glowing. The characters are glowing like the coin was doing, and you see the light kind of come off the altar and travel like across the water, through the water. Like you guys kind of almost like sidestep it as there's like beams of energy kind of crisscrossing along the water, and as they hit the elemental, they climb up it and wrap around it like chains, and you can see the chains for a second kind of bear down on it, and it wakens and it starts like stretching
I
out.
cast Fairy Fire.
uh,
I see it happening. I cast Fairy Fire immediately. Starting.
okay, sure.
It's just a dex save, you don't have to. That works.
Each object in a 24 cube within range, blah 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 blah. So is it a dexterity save?
Mm-hmm. A 13.
It has good dexterity.
It manages to shake off while fighting the fairy fires coming at it, and it's getting all bombarded, and it's trying to fight the chains, and it's pushing against them, and they wrap around it, and it looks constrained, and then the chains kind of vanish from view, but you can still tell that it's and somehow restrained. But it is awake now, and it is pissed. And before anybody else fairy fire again, I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative. Does it do anything if it passes the dexterity?
Oh, I got a nat 1.
It lights everything up in the area. It gives it light. Doesn't
Oh, okay.
outline it. It just
So
makes
if it failed, everyone would have advantage.
it right.
But it's still
It just-
lit for everybody. Okay, that's still very valuable. So it's still got fairies flying around it, and it's
So
luminescent.
So is my
The
lucky.
area is lit, but he isn't.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Does my lucky pebble give me a +1 on initiative?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it's an ability check.
So then you have a 10 then, Fjorn?
I guess so. Yeah.
So a 10, a 12, a 4, and a 14.
Well, mine's not technically a nat 1.
Well, you know. Just one sec. I'm actually gonna like.
This is why people take divination wizards.
Yes.
What is with your guys' initiatives having point?
So that's a
0.14?
tiebreaker. It's your dex value. So if, say, I rolled a 12 and Zosimus rolled a 12, I would get the go ahead because I have a higher dex as the tiebreaker.
I always ruled it that if there was a tie, the players just choose. If a player and enemy tie, players win, and if players tied, they would just choose. But that's fine as well. It's actually worse for you guys because it doesn't give you the option, but it is faster because then you don't deliberate.
I do the dex thing often. Sometimes I let them choose if they want, but usually if there's like, oh, I have +5 to dex and I have +1, then I'm like, okay, well, +5 goes first.
Okay, so first up is Zosimus. You are number 1 on the initiative order. What would you like to do, good sir?
All right, I'm going to attack with my hand crossbow.
Okay. Go for it. That's the sound of you totally hitting, right?
That's a 10.
A 10?
12.
I saw 12. I'm not sure. So
I see it.
I see a 12 with a potential 4 damage.
Okay,
But a
Does that
12, a
hit?
12 does not hit. So
I didn't think so.
the arrow like goes through. It does hit it, but it like goes through the water, and you have like it doesn't noticeably look like it was damaged at all. It, like almost like moved out of the way, and the arrow flew through and hit the wall behind it, and then it just closed up and like ignored you.
And bonus actions. I'm not going to bonus action.
Okay, and you officially
I'm stingy
shot
with
at
bardic
this thing,
inspiration. Yeah.
and you're gonna stay where you are.
Yep.
Okay. Next in the initiative list is the water elemental, and I will.
Oh, this is.
Let's take a look at who he wants to go after. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Okay, so he is out. Even though he just got shot at, the arrow went through him. He's eyeing over all these people that are in its realm, and it turns its eyes on Oris, who always seems to get unlucky with rolls and dies somehow almost every time. It turns to you and says, it just says in Aquan, and you speak it so you understand what it's saying. It just says, death! And charges at you. As soon as its body hits the deeper water, it moves like lightning. It does have a very fast swimming speed, and it is in your face immediately. It hits the water, kind of almost like entirely envelops into the water, crosses, and pops back up facing Oris, and immediately goes to do a slam attack as it comes down and rolls a 16. Does a 16 hit you?
Yes, only because I haven't had my turn yet.
Well, that's... Oh, because you're going to do the parrying thing. Oh, sorry. about
No,
that.
because I'll have +2 after I do an unarmed strike.
That's what Yeah, it's the...
Yeah,
Oh,
and I'm at 15 now, and I would be at 17 otherwise, but
damn.
that
That's
just
pretty cool. I forgot what you get.
terrible roll luck.
What did the water elemental say again?
It said death.
Hmm.
Very
Okay.
menacingly.
It's One
Like
Punch Man,
Metroid.
basically.
The water comes crashing down across your body, and you feel the pressure strike against you almost entirely, and you're left dripping, sopping wet as you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage from this thing. And it actually stares down the rest of the party and prepares itself to do something, but it hasn't done anything yet, and then that's the end of its turn. I'm not going to keep track of your guys' hit points. You just tell me if you fall. Okay?
Oh boy.
Next up will be Oris. You have a giant water elemental, pissed as all hell, staring you down.
Yeah, Oris is going to... hang on. He's right in my face, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, we never really discussed it. Do I have my quarterstaff out, or is that like a free action? That's fine.
If you have no weapons out, you can get one.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
free.
I guess I would have been. We didn't discuss it, but I would have had my quarterstaff ready because we assumed we were gonna fight it. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the two-handed strike.
Okay, so like as if you're not holding a torch. That's fine, because he's lit up
Oh,
with light anyways.
right.
Go for it. No, he's lit up with fairy fire. You're good.
Sure, but I had the torch before, so
You can just drop it.
You can just drop. I'm just gonna say that you guys prepared this ahead of time. You were ready to fight. If Zosimus was gonna do fairy fire and light him up, you guys must have discussed it. So it's fine. You can just do your D8 if you hit.
okay, sure. So I guess I drop the torch and it goes out, and then
No,
Yeah,
you
I
just
already
you
did.
You wrapped it
Sure.
up and you had it prepared. You guys were all like, you guys. This was not a surprise to you guys. You guys were all prepared to fight this thing. So I'm going to give you every advantage that you would have in a reasonable situation, and you would have been armed, ready to go. So go ahead, roll to hit. Okay, so you rolled a 16 to hit, and that's weird. So if you had done it one-handed, you would have rolled higher.
I guess it includes the damage.
That's weird that it rolls twice for you.
Yeah, it was in the options. I don't know if I can even turn it off, but it gives me the damage roll for either side. It's pretty funny that the one-handed is higher because it's a D6 plus 3 versus a D8
Yeah,
plus
it
3.
is funny. It does suck that you only did 6 points of damage.
Yeah, that it shows me that I could have had more damage.
Yeah, it's like, hey, here's a piece of candy. Nope. And
Yeah.
so your quarterstaff goes swiping through it, and you know it goes through the water, but it doesn't look like it avoided it entirely this time. And you're not really sure what you've hit or what kind of purchase. But you've done some amount of damage to it. Possibly not 6, though.
Possibly not 6 though.
I mean, the other characters meted it earlier that it has resistance to a lot of things. So
Yeah.
I mean, I tried not to meta, but I was assuming that water would probably be hard to hit with a sword or a punch or something, you know?
okay.
And then I'm going to use a key point for patient defense.
Okay.
Nice.
Sounds good. So he'll have disadvantage on you.
Yeah, as the bonus action.
Sounds good. And that's it. You're just staying there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't move without, I guess, attack of
Yeah,
opportunity or
that's
whatever.
true. I just wanted to make sure you were done your turn. Fjorn, you're up.
Okay, so how far away is Oris from me?
25, 30 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna move beside him.
Okay. As you move into range of this elemental, it releases its ready to attack and slams against you.
Oh.
And it rolls a 5. Does a 5 hit you?
No.
You're like, your pants, your like legs get wet. You probably aren't even wearing pants. You're a barbarian, right? So you have like like woolly shoes or whatever, and then like bare legs. So you just get splashed on the knees, and suddenly you are not afraid of this thing because it just completely misses you. It's your turn.
I will go into a rage.
Finally, we see Fjorn finally knows anger and sees red, and his whole body engulfs in anger? I don't know. You don't actually change in appearance, you're just angry.
I can imagine I turn red all over and kind of my eyes bulge out a little bit.
Sure, I like that.
I can go ahead and attack.
Sounds good.
And I probably don't hit.
13?
13.
Well, as you go to swing, it goes to defend itself, and the chains strike against it, and you actually have advantage on this attack. You may re-roll it.
Oh,
A 21 will hit.
nice.
Okay, so I will roll with the Divine Fury.
Sure, roll the regular damage.
Oh gosh.
No, you rolled it wrong again.
Yeah.
You don't
That's
put a
the auto
space
one.
between the 1 and the d6. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Why is it? Yeah, why?
Yeah, roll the d12 damage first. D12 plus 5. Okay, so that would be a 12 points of damage.
Yeah, 12.
Mhm.
12 points of your axe coming through it, and then now you can roll the... Is it just a d6? That's it? Or is it d6
Plus 1.
Plus 1, yeah, okay. So the axe goes through, and you have trouble finding purchase, but... Go ahead and roll. The necrotic energy that comes out of your blade and circles into the elemental, it feels that one full. Poof. It takes some damage from that.
Missed the slash on the roll there.
I'm sorry? The
This
slash on the roll?
D6 didn't go because there's no slash in front of it.
/R.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Forward
I thought I saw a 7 again. That's me.
I'm
being-
having trouble here. I have these.
If you just do /R, and then you don't even need to do 1d6. It's just ones. Just do d6 plus 1.
So it is 7 damage. Okay.
Nice. It is still 7.
I have my macros
Yeah, I'm just
set
looking
up
up-
here. I think my macros are wrong.
Okay, so it takes some damage, and it looks pissed at you. It's still raring to go. Next up is May's turn.
Oh, it's finally me. May is going to. Actually, what I was wanting to do, is if I can try to just like say something to it
Sure.
before I attack. I wanted to say in Primordial. I kind of feel like it's gonna attack us either way, but I wanted to try. I just wanted to say like, we mean you no harm, basically.
Okay.
And
Right.
then I want to just hold my action to cast magic missile at it if it does attack somebody.
Okay. So the next time it attacks somebody, you're basically, if it decides to desist, you won't strike it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Sounds good.
I totally meant to say something before my attack as well in Primordial, but whatever. It's the moment's gone.
Come on, guys.
I was
You
going
guys
to
speak
reply to
language. Be badass
the,
about
the
it.
stupid death comment. I was going to reply to it with something sassy, but I completely forgot.
Instead, you just took damage, and then...
Then you just got beat up by water.
All right,
And
we're
then
back
beat
at the top of the order. Zazamus, you are about 40 feet across now from this thing. It's on
I'm
the other
making-
side.
Because the what's it called? Because Fairy Fire is not doing anything useful anymore, I'm going to drop it
Okay,
and cast Phantasmal Force.
sure.
And
You'll have to
Uh,
remind me a little of what Phantasmal Force does.
Wisdom save.
it is a intelligence save that she's gonna make. I can feel it already in my bones. I go toot magic flute and cast
Two magic. I was gonna mention that you have to be on your flute or on your horn there.
I
2 damage? That can't be right.
It's just the D6, I guess.
It must do
Okay.
something else if he fails.
I think it lasts.
Okay, here's how it works. I craft an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that I see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, you create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomena of your choice that is no larger than a 10-foot cube and that's perceivable only to the target for the duration. This spell has no effect on undead or constructs. The phantasm includes sound, temperature, or other stimuli, also evident only to the creature. The target can use its action to examine the phantasm with an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC.
Okay. So
If the check succeeds,
if I
the target realizes the phantasm is no. While the target is affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasm as if it were real. The
Mhm.
target rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm.
yeah,
example,
I
if the
remember
target-
this guy. I remember. Yeah, like if you fall off a bridge, you'll think you just misstepped, even though the
Yeah.
bridge is not there, and you'll just climb
Correct.
back up. Okay.
And try again.
Yep, I'm ready. Just tell me what he's picturing.
He is picturing a. Oh boy, he is picturing a.
Well, did it fail to save yet?
I don't know.
Sorry. Does it?
It's an intelligence
This all
save.
only happen if it passes the thing. None of this happens.
If-
Yeah.
He knows it's the picture is there.
It just knows that it's not real.
Correct.
And the psychic damage is the thing does damage to it every turn, or does it just take
Yes.
mental? Okay.
If it passes the save, it knows that there's an illusion there, but doesn't take damage.
Okay. Well, it failed the save, and not to no surprise, if you could see the intelligence stat of elementals.
Okay, so he's gonna see a baby aboleth.
An aboleth. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a little bit of.
Have you even seen an aboleth before?
No,
There's
but I thought I've seen a picture of one in like a mural somewhere or something.
So you've created the phantasmal image of a picture of an aboleth.
Yes, it's not even a real aboleth. It's my impression of what a 3D aboleth would look like from a
Aboleth.
artist representation from.
Oh yeah,
the
okay.
hero. It's like
So
a
this is
hero
in the
described
water
his
then.
story.
This thing is in the water.
Right. Yeah, like a hero described his story, told about how he totally killed an aboleth
Okay.
1-on-1, and then they got put on a mural, and I'm looking at the mural, and I turned that into
Okay.
yeah.
For
that's
anybody
what I created.
for anybody unaware of what an aboleth is, just think giant sea creature.
I put a
Right.
picture in the
And-
chat.
There's
The
just a
Twitch chat.
giant sea creature in the water, but only visible to the elemental itself, unless the DM considers it to be a construct. No, I'm just kidding.
But the thing is, my accuracy of what an actual aboleth is not good because it's so far removed from.
Yeah, that's why I'm just gonna call it a sea creature, because you tried to make it look like an aboleth, but you just kind of got a generic. It's fine. It's still a big ass scary thing in the water, coming out of it somehow. Like, if you guys could see this thing, which you can't, you wouldn't know how it fit. But somehow the water elemental has kind of figured this out. Oh, the water must suddenly be deep. Like, I know how deep that water is. I can feel it. I am water. But somehow this thing is deeper and, like, it's just there. Okay. And it took the 2 points of psychic damage. I'm assuming it was the first roll.
Yeah.
And then you were just, like, explaining yourself? Okay,
Yes.
excellent. That is a sweet move. The elemental is
I
currently
can- it's a
engaged
concentration
with an
spell.
aboleth.
Yes. Or
There's
an
tentacles.
aboleth.
Tentacles are like invisible tentacles that you guys can't even see. It looks like it's battling and like struggling even more. It was already chained, and now it's got like more chains on it, essentially, as it's struggling to grasp and fight against this thing. It's now the water elemental's turn, and the water
And I'm
element.
saying,
Oh, sorry. Were you not done?
I'm going to stay well out of its range, but I'm going to try and give. Is anybody in? I think that's actually a good idea for me to give bardic inspiration at this point because I need to stay out of everybody's range, out of his range. So who needs bardic inspiration?
I would give it to our
any-
damage dealer, but it's up to you.
I'm going to give it to the barbarian Fjorn. I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Fjorn.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
Hey. That's it.
Now it's the elemental's turn. Normally the elemental would attempt to take on actually move into the same space as people, but it's gonna do that to the aboleth instead, because it can actually just like engulf and start going to town, almost like a gelatinous cube. But it's doing that now in the middle. It just moved away from you guys, and when it does, you guys each get an opportunity attack against it. So you may swing, Oris and Fjorn, you may both take an attack if you'd like.
Too fast for
Oh.
me. Of course, now I get the 11.
A
for the
7, a
two-handed.
7's not going to connect though.
No, I know.
Very good attempt as you swing at the thing as it's like moving away from you. Fjorn?
Too busy being defensive.
Oh god damn!
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
so you won't get the necrotic because you've already gotten it once, I believe. Could you read the wording on it? Is it once per turn or once until your next turn?
It says while you're raging, the first creature you hit on each of your turns.
Okay.
With the
Yeah,
weapon
you do
attack.
get it just because the turn order had restarted. You won't get it on your turn though, because it'll be the same turn again. But you can have it. So you get to roll your d12 twice, 2d12s, and then 2d6s for the necrotic.
Also, the inspiration is involved somehow.
He already rolled a 20. If you want, like him to add to that.
Nah, I
Welcome
can
to the third.
wait.
Okay, so the +3 is actually a +5, and I only apply it once. So you got a 5, a 2, 7 plus 5 more, halved. So okay, you did some damage with that battle axe. The big one will be when you do 2d6 for the necrotic though. That's a big deal.
I want to try this button again. So
So it's the first one. You can roll a second. Okay, so it's 8 damage total if my math is correct. A 3, a 4, and then the +1.
I don't know if you add the 1 twice, do you?
No, that's why it was a 3, a 4, and then a 1. Sorry, it's a 2, a 4. You're right.
It'd be 7 necrotic, and then I think it would be 10 regular. Probably.
And
It's just the dice rolls, but the plus bonus is only once, right? So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So the necrotic damage, like the axe goes through, and again you have trouble finding purchase because it's not a magical weapon. But the necrotic energy flows around it and starts like eating at the water, and you can see it like changing colors and bubbling up black a little bit, and then popping and then and purifying. But it's definitely hurting. And then it goes to where it thinks this aboleth is, and it starts thrashing around. And it uses a maneuver.
It's a battle master.
It uses its special attack, but I guess you guys don't get to know the name of it. It basically just erupts with water all around it. Like that entire like 40-foot like deeper water just erupts and explodes, and there's water everywhere, and even the people who weren't in combat or hit yet are starting to get like sprayed and misted and are getting a little damp. It would have done some serious pain to any actual people that may have been in it. I feel like you specified, May, that it had to attack, would have needed to attack one of you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give you the thing out of that.
Sorry.
But it's busy, but it's in the middle of the water. So it's going to end its turn, and there's about 20-foot-ish of deep water that you guys would have to traverse to get into melee range with it. And then you have to fight it at disadvantage because you'd be swimming. Next up is Oris's turn.
yeah, I can't do much to it here. So can I pull it a dart and just shoot a dart at it?
You may.
Sweet. Actually, hang on a second. If I do an unarmed strike and miss out of range, can I do that? Do I still get my Kensei bonus?
I don't.
It feels
I
like
think
that's
you need
cheesing
a
it.
target to perform an action.
Sorry, what?
I believe you need a target to perform an action. Like you can't
Yeah.
cast a spell without
can't-
deciding.
I guess I
where.
could unarmed strike like Fjorn or something,
mean,
but
I don't know.
I'm not going to,
I'm
it's
gonna
fine.
just
I'll
say-
use
I'm
it-
gonna just say
I'll use a
no, But I see why you would want to do that.
yeah, I'll use a dart.
Okay.
It's 20-foot range / 60-foot range. I don't know where that falls. Can I move to the edge and get to the 20-foot point? You said it was 20 feet, right?
Sure. Yes. As you move forward, I'm gonna have you make an acrobatics to get right on the edge. Can you just make an acrobatics check for me? Okay, you're good. You're sure-footed, ready to go. I'd hate to punish you for trying to do a 1 point of dart damage, but go ahead.
Yeah,
You may
exactly.
throw a dart now.
How do I roll this thing here? Beyond
just-
20.
Yeah.
That was there a roll there?
Yeah, it's the. Oh, hang on. Why did it do the damage?
I'm not sure.
If you look,
I
if you
wanted
put
to
your
do the
thing over,
actual.
it's 1d4 plus 3. This is dex.
Yeah, that's the damage, but I still need to roll the attack
Roll
roll,
to hit.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just do the regular attack here. There.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely connect with that dart, and it does minimal damage, mind you, as the dart goes through and has it's like hitting water and bubbles and stuff as it flies through. It actually hits the aboleth, but you wouldn't know. And I'm assuming that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, because actually, hang on. I got a bonus action that I
Sorry.
potentially could use.
Was the elemental supposed to try to roll intelligence again during its turn?
I think it can make an action on it. I don't think.
Oh,
it can
okay.
make
Okay.
You can investigate it.
Okay. That's fine.
if it doesn't investigate, it doesn't it has to investigate to attempt to get out. But if it keeps attacking instead of investigating, well, that's its problem.
Okay.
Yeah, Ors is going to use another key point to patient defense as his bonus action, just in case.
Nice.
Sounds good. So next up is Fjorn.
I guess I'll chuck a javelin at it.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh,
Hard miss.
soft miss.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit. Sorry about that. That javelin goes wide. It clanks off of the roof or ceiling and
Whoa, that
lands-
almost hit me.
Yeah, it almost hits Zosimus.
there's a nat 1 in there.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually not sure, but I believe if you don't deal any damage on your turn, or is it? Do you
Yeah.
just have to attack?
I think you just need to attack.
I forget the wording on rage.
Yeah, it's if I haven't attacked. So,
Okay, so you're good as long as you got javelins. Sounds good. Then we're up to May's turn.
Excellent. Okay, well, I feel like I can't really do anything.
You don't have
Uh,
any spells you can cast?
Well, I can, but I've been trying to not attack it if it's not. I
Use
don't.
a cantrip.
I don't even know what it's doing right now.
Shouldn't your-
to see. I was trying to
Yeah,
tell it
it's
to
just
not
like
attack,
attacking the middle of the
and then
room.
it just jumps in the water. So as far as I know, it might be listening to me. I don't know.
Well, it attacked the illusion in the middle, so shouldn't that have actually prompted your prepared action?
He
Well,
doesn't
no,
know
'cause
there's
I
an
can't see
illusion
the
there, though.
illusion.
It's
But
it needs to be put down. It's in pain.
No, that's not. No.
It's look. It's a rabbit. It needs to be put down.
Honestly, I think I'm just gonna do the same thing and
Ooh.
wait for it to attack somebody.
Okay.
Because I don't. Yeah.
Sounds good. So you ready your magic missile again and wait for one of your allies to be injured or hurt in some way.
Lord.
And
Yeah.
we're back at the top of the order with Zosimus.
I'm going to attack with my vicious mockery.
Okay.
I'm going to say,
It's wisdom.
yeah, I'm gonna tell it. You know, if you were any good at getting, if you're any good at being a water elemental, you'd be able to, get the water table up. But apparently, you're not. So.
I feel like it's the opposite, but that's okay. We'll
Yeah,
roll.
same.
No, it shakes off your mockery. It actually rolled really well. Strangely, it doesn't
Darn.
have. It shook it off because it's like it's.
It doesn't understand.
I'm pretty sure it's the thing keeping the water, but anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, is that the rest of Zosimus's turn?
Yep.
You'd still think it'd be insensitive because it was just
Okay.
told it couldn't get it up, but
That was kind of what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was being told. Didn't fall for it though. The psychic
Probably gonna
They do
drown
it.
it.
lashes kind of like bounced off the lack of mind that a water elemental has.
All right. I
so
enter my turn.
the water elemental is, in the midst of a grand struggle against this invisible creature. Was there a limit to how big the creature could be? Your illusion?
10-foot cube, I believe.
Hold on.
I forget how big an arbaleth is.
That's why I said it was a baby. A baby.
You're right.
Yeah,
It
it's a
says it's
10-foot
only
cube.
large, so I mean you technically can do it.
An
10-foot
aboleth?
cube. Yeah, 10-foot cube. So I said a baby aboleth. It's like a.
That's what I thought. I just looked. It just says it's a large aberration.
I thought they were. Oh, I guess I thought they were bigger than that. But...
Yeah, I in my mind I want them to be bigger because look at that thing. It looks like it should be massive.
Well, I think it might be large, but it's like
In my mind, they're about the size
longer.
of a house.
because it's like underwater. You know, it's like an iceberg.
It's like a long thing. Yeah, it's like a.
Yeah, so you only like encounter its head normally. So,
yeah.
that's fine. We'll see what this elemental wants to do today. Oh,
It can
boy.
investigate it, or it can attack it. Or...
No, it decides to do its slam attacks against the aboleth. Splashes against it. The splash comes through the aboleth. It thinks it dodged, somehow, but the splash comes up and hits Zozimus's socks are definitely soaked now.
Also, he took 1d6 on my turn from the Phantasmal Force.
Sure, go ahead.
That's 5.
Excellent. So it's starting to feel it. It's starting to feel the damage is starting to add up. A lot of little pokes, but it's starting to notice, have a little bit of wear on it. It does the first slam against the aboleth, and then it does the second slam against the aboleth. It's just rolling terrible for any kind of decision making from the DM's point of view. It's just busy. I don't really want it to sit there because then you guys just throw it's not very exciting combat, but that's okay. He's wrapped up, and we're up to Oris's turn.
Oris is going to do the same thing as last time, so just fire another dart.
Okay. 13 misses. Goes through the elemental. I feel like you're just using up key points now because of the situation, which is too bad. The second you stop, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to use my last key point and for my bonus action and do another patient defense. So, yeah.
Okay. Fjorn.
I guess I'll throw another javelin. So
Okay. That will hit. You can go ahead and roll damage. And I guess necrotic damage as well, as we discussed earlier. Unless someone else thinks that that's wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's correct that he still gets the necrotic.
yeah, I should, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's the first attack on each turn.
I'll go for it first, then.
Nice.
Sure. 7 necrotic, and then you can roll the d12 or the d6.
The javelin is 8 plus 2 because I'm still in a rage.
That's right. So it's 10.
Should that other one have been a d6?
They were both d6.
It's a javelin, so.
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
Yeah.
So 7 points of damage, and then another. Okay, so yeah, that javelin, it somehow it goes and it hits it and it sticks in for a second. It sticks in as the necrotic energy kind of solidifies at the point of contact and makes this black mass, and then it bursts and pops away, and then the javelin falls through the elemental, but it kind of reflects in anguish. And you hear it scream, those that can speak primordial hear it scream, just no, like Darth Vader style.
No. But all
Yeah.
gurgly.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Nice.
We're up to May's turn.
All right. May rolls her eyes and shoots magic missile at this thing because apparently nobody else cares if it lives. Okay, let's see how this works. Damn it! I did only roll one of them. Okay, well I guess I'll roll 2 more.
Interesting.
Why aren't you using the sheets from D&D Beyond?
He is.
I am.
That is.
Okay, so
Okay,
first one
so
hits in
it's-
5, 3, 3. The bolts blast into this thing and glow with, I'm gonna say purple energy, unless you tell me that the bolts were a different color.
Oh, I imagine them like translucent, like silver or almost blue.
Oh. Okay, I like that. Okay, so then these translucent silver blasts come flying in, and like quicksilver, you can kind of see it hit the liquid and kind of almost form like mercury for a second before it vanishes, and leaves it not feeling so good. 5, 3, 3. I can math.
What? 11.
11 damage to the elemental. Yeah, it's starting to feel these hits. These impacts are starting to wear it away. We're up to Zazamus' turn, back at the top of the order.
Okay.
Oh, shoot! Okay, I hate to do that. No, you know what? Never mind. I'm sorry. Just go ahead. Just go ahead.
I'm going to attack with my crossbow.
Okay.
Because I don't want to attack with with my last spell at the moment. I don't think Vicious Mockery is going to work right now. Maybe. 12 is going to miss. I think. You think that's going to miss?
It's a 14.
Yeah, I'm curious what you're seeing, because it's not matching what I'm seeing.
Well, it says 12 on my screen, so if it's saying...
Is it plus
Oh,
2?
On roll 20, it says 14.
It says 10 plus 4.
Oh,
Which
that's
makes-
my proficiency.
Yeah, it should be your plus. It should be plus 4.
It's including a proficiency. Okay, so does that hit?
A 14?
Yeah.
Yes, a 14 hits. And
Okay,
so
then
4 points of piercing damage.
Hold on. Does that kill it?
No.
Okay, then I'm going to use my last bardic inspiration to use my
Mm.
psychic what's it? Use psychic blades.
Okay.
Psychic bolts.
Psychic blades.
I know, just you're shooting with a crossbow, so it's a bolt. That was just a joke.
2d6 because I'm level 3.
Okay.
Okay, that'll do. An
Well,
initial
let's-
12 damage.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
Okay, so the bolt
Awesome.
comes in. You know, the actual impact of the arrow does nothing and actually flies through, but there's like this trailing like psychic energy that you can see as it goes through the elemental, and then the vines of that energy crawl up into the brain of this thing, the mind of it, and you can see it just like explode with a bit of psychic energy for 12 points of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, we're up to Water Elemental's turn, and let me
Also, hold on,
just...
one more
Okay,
thing.
go ahead.
I also on my turn, it takes from Phantasmal Force.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, right, another d6.
Go ahead.
The third turn of it, it's 3 points.
3 more points. I'm just gonna say, for thematic sake, that was somehow attached to the arrow, and it just was like,
Sure.
like
This
freaking
is
got him. Freaking got him. We got Gotham's in chat.
Somebody's crying.
You mean the Water Elemental?
Yeah.
He has a headache now. He has a really bad headache.
He does not feel he's like, I didn't even realize I had a head.
I didn't know water elementals could get hangovers.
So at this point, it's starting to take, it's in its brain, right? It's battling this Arbaleth, and it's taking some damage from it, but it's feeling a lot of pain coming from other sides, like from other people. And so it's going to kind of turn its attention, and out of rage, it will just scream out again, death! The whole room kind of reverberates. Those that can understand it hear that word. And as it risked earlier leaving combat to get hit the opportunity attacks from the other two characters, it's going to leave the Arbaleth and let it swing at it. In this case, it won't take any damage, but it doesn't understand why. It just thinks it's deft at moving. Give me a second to decide who it decides to swing at. Okay, I told myself I numbered you guys and then said to re-roll 6s and 5s, and I just rolled 4 6s in a row. This is stupid. Okay, there we go.
Need a
Goodness, that
d4.
wasn't on damage or something.
Okay, so the first, it's gonna hit the water. It's gonna move as quickly as it can right up to Zazamus. It's gonna pop up. And it's gonna do a slam attack right against you. And it rolled a 24. I'm gonna guess a 24 hits you.
That hits!
It does
1 damage, right?
does 14 points of bludgeoning as it slams you back. You actually like almost feel it push you back a little. It doesn't technically do push to you, but I'm going to thematically say it hit you. Feel yourself pressed against the wall before you get back to where you were standing before. And then it immediately, after it finishes hitting you with that, it dives back into the water. It's moving away from you. So if you, I don't know if you have a
I have a
melee?
reaction.
Go ahead.
I don't know if it will do literally any good, but I can have an opportunity attack with my rapier.
Yeah, go for it.
But don't you have your hand crossbow out?
Oh, sorry. Before you, this is just, I didn't do this on purpose, but he did hit you. Can you make a constitution to maintain the horse?
Oh, right.
Constitution save?
Smart.
Good.
What'd you get? Oh.
An 18?
Probably.
Yeah, that
How much damage did it deal, actually, though?
14.
14 points of damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're good.
He got wall up though.
You maintain your concentration. Your fortitude is you're not feeling good. You took a ton of damage. You felt like, the rocks and the wall pierce against your body and the water filled your lungs for a second because you weren't prepared for it. But go ahead and do your rapier attack.
Oh boy. Yeah. That'll do.
Jeez. Okay. So that what
Well,
was that?
there's
Max
literally no
max
damage because
damage
he-
on top of. Is it a D10? No, it's a D8
D8.
plus 2 and a 19 to hit. Okay, so he takes the full. I mean, it's non-magical, so your sword stabs through into the water, and you kind of find purchase somewhere. You're not sure what exactly you hit, but you felt something resist as it, and it kind of winces a little in a weird way that water rinses by like rippling in a weird, strange way. It takes that damage, and then as soon as it hits the water, it's this is a lot of movement, but it has the movement, so it doesn't care, and it bolts over, and it's right up in Fjorn's face as it bursts up. And it comes with a big slam attack down on our barbarian friend here, and rolls. Ooh, a 10. Does a 10 hit you?
Nope.
So as we've realized, apparently when he comes up to Fjorn, he's just like intimidated, and the splash just like wets him entirely. But with the biggest health pool of the party, takes no actual damage. And we're at Oris now, and it has finished its turn in close combat with both of you.
And Oris finally decides to say something in whatever the water
Aquin?
primordial. Yeah, whatever. My sheet doesn't tell me those sub names, and I don't know the lore, so
Don't worry about it.
he
You
says,
can just
"Did
say
you
primordial. That's cool.
He says, "Did you just wet yourself?" And then he goes in with the unarmed strike.
May laughs.
Awesome. I'm glad you guys have humor as you fight this monster. Go for it.
Nice.
Well, you definitely hit, and 5 bludgeoning damage, which maths out to not very much damage, but that's still the quarterstaff goes through. You splash some water as the water splashes away from the elemental. You don't notice it reconstruct as quickly as you would normally expect. What would you
And
do?
then, yeah, bonus action, another unarmed strike.
Sounds good. You will punch the water.
Nat 1.
No.
You kind of come in and the water like grabs your fist and it turns to you and it says, "You," in Aquin, as your fist pulls away and you're like, "Oh, okay, it's noticed me now." It heard your taunts from before. We're up to Fjorn's turn.
All right. Now, I'm still enraged, right?
Yes, you are.
I was trying to go through my features and I clicked that wrong thing. Sorry.
Generic spell attack.
Yes. Okay. So the generic spell attack happens, and we are all spelled.
It's 18.
18. Yeah, that connects.
Great
It's
X.
the D12, and it's actually 7.
By the way, did you ever use that bardic inspiration? that you had before?
He's been
Yeah.
hitting. The only miss was one javelin, and that javelin wouldn't have had necrotic damage attached to it, so it's really not a big loss.
I still get Divine Fury too, right?
Yes, you do. It's
No.
the lowest Divine Fury we've seen, but it's still damage as your axe comes in, and the blackness is it's you see the like black bubbling, and it stays there, like it's just got like a tumor now, kind of like in its side that's just sloshing around, and it's unable to like constitute. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
It's still standing, and we're at May's turn.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile again.
Sounds good.
9 force damage.
Oh, was there supposed to be a +3 last time?
It's +1 to each one of them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but with that spell in particular, you have to
6.
cast it 3 times for it to actually roll the 3 rolls. So I just decided to type it in.
Okay, so those beams come blasting into it, poof, 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 and its body is like trying to recover and become water again, but it's like solidifying and slowing down as parts of it just chunk away. And it's still standing, but it is not looking healthy as what you would imagine a healthy water elemental looks like.
Oh boy.
I laugh at it in Primordial.
You were so nice at the beginning, and now you're like, we're going to screw this guy.
Well, it's still attacking now. So
I mean,
it's-
now it's actually attacking everybody. I'm just like, well, whatever.
Finish it off. All right, Zazamus's turn.
It's no longer in range of the aboleth, right?
The Aboleth will move to it and continue to attack. It'll still take the 6 psychic, or the D6 of psychic. Is that what you're asking?
Does the thing move though? Can it move?
Let me check. Just a moment.
I mean, it did the damage from the middle of the room the first time, so does it need to move?
Well, if it moved away from it, then it would, because it's only like, what is it, like 10 feet wide?
I'm concentrating on it.
Okay.
I think I can move it.
I'm okay with it continuing to harass it.
I'm gonna move the aboleth into its space,
Okay.
and then I'm going to.
Well, the Aboleth can't move into the water elemental space unless
or
it's
it, or
something.
near it, or
Unless
near
that's
it, or-
something you can do. I guess you can because it's just an
I
illusion.
mean, I think it would be pretty obvious that it wasn't an illusion.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it to like behind the water elemental, like
Okay.
pop. It's just gonna go whoop, like maybe like a foot behind it, like
Okay.
I don't know how fast aboleths go, but surprise, it's right behind it now.
Okay. It barely had to move because there was not a whole lot of space. Anyways, that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, if it was and I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, you're not very careful about what's behind you.
Okay. It failed the wisdom, so you can roll damage for the mockery. And it will have disadvantage, I believe?
Yes.
Okay, and then you can do the D6 as well for the Aboleth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's taken, like, it does not have resistance to psychic damage, so it's just taking all this sweet pointage as the damage strikes its mind and its body, and it's looking real ragged. Has yet to give up, and it is now the water elemental's turn. This time it's going to move right into right between Oris and Fjorn, and it's going to do that big uproarious attack that it used against the Aboleth earlier. That's all it's going to do this turn, but the water just explodes upwards and fills everything, and the way it works is You must both make DC 15 strength saves. So if you both can do it, DC. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to tell you the DC. I was just supposed to tell you to do strength saves. Whatever. You guys get to know behind the curtain. You just gotta make strength saves. Oris and Fjorn.
I'm so lucky. Oh wait, yeah, no, I am lucky. Why isn't it showing up?
That doesn't
I
sound
rolled
lucky
a six.
then.
I rolled a 16 minus 1.
Oh,
Okay. I guess I'll believe you on that. I'll take your word. Okay, so on a failure, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it showed up in the. I don't know why it didn't cross over to the thing.
It's a little glitchy.
Okay, so you were just pushed away. You pushed back like 5 feet. And can you actually make a quick acrobatics because you are right on the edge of the water again?
Oh, you actually get advantage, don't you, with rage?
Oris is not rage.
Oh, Fjorn. Fjorn
Yeah, I
does.
Oh,
Fjorn, yeah. He got. an
Yeah,
11,
you're right.
so-
You do because it's specifically strength based and you're raging. You may take that a second attempt at it. Maybe you were both pushed back and this was a really lame attack.
maybe I go for a swim.
Do you want to re-roll, Fjorn? Oh, okay. So
No.
as strong as you are, much stronger
That's
than
horrible.
Oris. I guess we're gonna in this situation, it did the thing, but when it did it, it put 90% of its effort against Fjorn. So even though he's stronger, he had a much harder battle to fight against this one, and so it pushed Oris back. And I don't believe it did any damage to you, but it's now engulfing Fjorn. He is like floating in the elemental and unable to breathe at this point. And he will take. One sec. I gotta roll the damage. Would normally be 12 points, but because you're raging, you take half. So you will take 6 points of bludgeoning damage total.
Okay.
And you are now officially grappled by it, and it will be damaging you every turn, and you can't breathe at the moment. So you're going to have a real tough time on your turn. It's
That's not-
now Oris's turn.
Is there anything I can do to like try to get him out of there? I'm guessing there's nothing I can like help or something.
You could. If you wanted to try to break the grapple, it'll be strength based though.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
Try to kill it.
Yeah.
maybe
I-
just try to kill it.
I'm just going in
Grapple.
with the 2 unarmed strikes, I guess. Double unarmed
Double
strikes.
punch this thing? Yeah, let's do it. Let's punch this thing right in the face. That's a miss.
And
And that one hits. That one connects. You got a good sweet punch into it. The water splashes against the wall, and like Fjorn's like head kind of pops out a little bit. He can get like one eye out of the water before it engulfs him again. This thing is on death's door now, and we move to Fjorn's turn. Unless you want to do something else.
I can't.
Okay, so we move to Fjorn's turn.
Guessing I can still attack.
You can technically attack from inside of it, yeah. You will have disadvantage because it's grappling you, but you could say you're using whatever it's called, reckless attack or whatever, to balance that out.
I might as well try the reckless attack.
I think with grapple, I think it's just with restrained that you have disadvantage.
Okay,
I think grapple just means they have advantage on you and you can't move.
okay, that's
Like,
fine with me. Either way, I was trying to just find a way to say it, balance it out anyways, so go crazy. I mean, if you connect here, it won't matter that you have reckless. Okay.
No.
Well, you only managed an 8, so you thrashed around, and the water is somehow just containing and holding your body in. You managed to like splash out an arm and like feel the air for a second before it wraps around you again. Luckily, your high constitution gives you plenty of breath, so you're able to hold your breath. You're okay for now. We're gonna go to Mai's turn.
All right. I guess I will do another magic missile.
All right.
11 force damage.
All right. this might be the first time that you've seen this on stream, but with big enemies, I like to ask, how would you like to finish this monster off?
Oh, seriously? Wow, I didn't think we were that close at all. Awesome. It is currently holding Fjorn, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess I shoot the missiles, the silvery missiles through the air, and they kind of like cut through right around where Fjorn's at. So he kind of like slips out into the water beneath him, and the thing, I don't know what it would look like when it dies, but I guess it just kind of like shakes and then like shatters and explodes into a bunch of water all over the place.
For sure, for sure. So your beams come in and they surgically slice Fjorn out of the water, and he like births down into the ground. And the elemental just kind of like hisses and sizzles, almost like steam rising up into the air, and you hear it just kind of call out almost an audible, like you can't even make out a word. Even those that can understand its language, it's just like it tried to say something and it's just noise. And the cacophony ends as it smashes against the water and then goes silent as there is no more figure, just the water level itself. And the second that happens, and you guys are all starting to gather your bearings, you hear a small rubble. The earth starts to kind of quiver a little bit, and the water level starts just fills up, and you guys are suddenly, before you know it, before you even realize it, you guys are all completely submerged underwater, and you're just floating in the chamber that you were originally in.
I quickly start swimming back up because I have a low constitution score. I cannot hold my breath for very long.
Excellent. Is that everyone's plan?
Yes.
Yup, because
Yep.
I have garbage constitution too.
Okay, so the water, as it's rising, you guys are kind of being thrashed about and what have you, and you're all holding your breath, trying your best to maintain it. As you swim down that path, as you're swimming down the tunnel area, it's completely submerged as well. And yeah, I guess I'll have you all make a quick Constitution save.
Oh no.
Oh.
Does movement speed play any factors here?
Yeah, you're very quick in the water. Well, you're very quick in general. In the water, you're all actually kind of slow. You all go to half.
Oh no.
Mine didn't roll over, but I rolled a 5, and I have a +0.
So you got a 5, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a 17.
I got a 3.
Oh, damn,
Okay.
somebody got an 20.
So Oris and Zazamus both just take 2 points of damage. I'm hoping that doesn't knock anyone out.
No, but it's
Nope.
if I
You guys are hurting at that point as you choke on the water, as it's bubbling, and you're both are splashing and getting, and you kind of hit the rope that was tied. As you know, you all kind of gather into that room, and the water is raised, and now you guys are reaching up the rope, trying to climb up the rope. I'm gonna have everyone do a strength real quick. Strength,
Oh, no.
strength save.
Can I just let the water take me up, or do I need to make a save?
Well, by the time you got there, the water had already like raised. So when you got once you swam, because you guys are relatively slow in the water. So by the time you got to that room, the water was already like filled the well. And
see
so
what I rolled?
you're like pulling against
Zosmus
the
died.
water, and like you're trying to go as quickly as possible.
I think I'm dead.
Ozimus is dead. You got a 0.
Oh.
It's okay. So those that made their strength, and I'm gonna say it was the cutoff is 10. So Fjorn, I'm gonna say your rage had fell already because we did a roll earlier. So I'm not gonna give you advantage on this save. So it was Fjorn is only a 9. Oris, it looks like you made it.
Yeah, and I rolled my last one wrong because I did a Constitution. Was it a save or a check? The first.
It was a
the first
save
one?
that time.
Okay, I did a check the first. Well, this time was a save. Was the first one a save as well? The Constitution
This
one?
time was just a regular strength check.
I think it was a save.
Oh,
last
everyone
time,
did
too.
strength saves here,
That,
and
you know what? I'm not gonna.
because they're different. Because my strength save is
It's
plus
fine.
1.
The difference
and my-
is if you have proficiency in the save.
yeah, I do.
So rolling a save is actually better for you if you have the proficiency. Otherwise, they're the same roll. I'm not gonna fiddle with this. Let's just go with what
Sure.
happened and keep moving. So the
Yeah.
two of you that rolled high on your strength, you managed to pull yourself up and burst your head out into the water, and you don't have to make a Constitution save. But the other two of you, Fjorn and Zazamus, you have to make Constitution saves to see if you take the 2 points of drowning damage.
Oh no.
So you're not
You guys are-
necessarily down, Zazamus. Okay, you both, wow, skin of your teeth, you rolled an 11 on a DC 10. You managed to hold your breath as you both burst out of the well, and by this point, when you two arrived, the other two had already climbed out, and they reached down and they grab you, and the four of you managed to, and you come out of the well, and the well is now level with, like, the well, like it's full, like it's like to where the ground level is almost. This is a fantastic well when it's working. But you guys have all managed to. Sorry.
We are going to take a break, a short rest, and I'm gonna sing a song.
Once I toss up some water and we get the other guys out, May is actually like smiling for some reason, like she's really happy, and she just says, "Oh my gosh, I never knew there was so many adventures you could have just right in the village."
Excellent. So when you do burst up, though, when you come out of this water, the rest of your squad is there. Tessa, Gimbal, Foal, and Callie are all there, along with Fielor, he looks almost happy for the first moment. And you also notice you got out of the water and you're like, finally, we're out of those wetness. But then you all notice shortly after that it's actually raining. So even though you've managed to get out of the water, the overcast has now become clouds, and it's kind of dark and dreary and drizzling. And luckily for May, her book is waterproof. Otherwise, you might have had some issues with that. I actually was glad you guys picked this order to do things in, so that you would get the book before getting absolutely drenched.
That is true.
Although, Oris, you will, unless you left it somewhere, you will probably have to replace the paper that you use for writing. Like you've noticed some of your writings have been damaged and waterlogged.
It should still be in the camp. Honestly, he would have lost it.
That's
he
fine.
He didn't take
I
it
kinda
with him.
figured. Why
to
would you
the
bring it with you?
battle.
It'd be back in camp, which just means we got to RP you maybe collecting that at some point.
Or it's lost, yeah.
Or it's gone forever. Yeah. Okay, so as you come back up, I'm gonna kind of speed through this because we're getting to the end here, and I'll give you a little bit of stuff to deal with. First, Phalor thanks you for clearing the well, and he gives you each 30 gold coins worth of platinum.
Ooh.
He also gives you... yes, because you aren't wet enough, he gives you guys a decanter of... he's so grateful, and he says that this magical item that he's had lost its energy as well until the well was fixed, and he gives it to you guys, and you guys can add that into your inventory, whoever wants it, to carry it as a decanter of endless water. And I recommend looking that thing up. It's actually really cool.
Yeah,
I
think
would
I've
like-
given it to a player.
I would like that.
Okay. I mean, well, I don't think it really. I don't need it.
It's a cool, kind of interesting, fun item. You guys can look that up. Decanter of endless water, and as well, for completing, I don't know, I'm not RPing this very well, but because you've completed two of the quests total, he also offers a bow, which we're going to give to our Kensai monk, probably, a longbow. But it is called... He presents it to him, and it's well carved, and it has it has an owl carved into it, and he refers to it as the owl soul, and it
Ooh.
it counts as two things. First, it counts as magical, and second, if you land a critical hit with it, you can recover 1 key point.
Damn.
I just wanted to I wanted to try customizing some items for characters and see how you got the party likes that kind of thing. Now the thing is, this bow is cool, but if you find a better bow down the road, you might find yourself in an interesting situation. But you also guys technically got the lucky coin this time too.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of magic stuff actually
Yeah,
this time.
you guys got a bunch of stuff, a bunch of cool items to kind of divvy up. And lastly, once that's all done, as the kind of the cliffhanger for this episode, the rest of the party lets you know that Corbin has been around, and we'll be dealing with that in the next session.
Ooh. I
Speaking
hope
of
we get a
lucky
long rest
petals,
before then.
You guys are hurt, so we'll see what happens with that.
I'm actually not even barely hurt, but I just used a bunch of my spell slots, so at least I need like a short rest.
But at very least, I'd like to short rest with Song of Rest.
Okay, well, we'll deal with that next week.
Okay.
How long
Oh
we
boy,
have?
because we are. If I had died, I would have been like, "Hey, new character, who this?"
Well, I don't think you would have.
I don't
Even
think
if you
anybody
had
would-
died, you would have. Someone would have fished you out, and I don't think you would have.
Pretty hard to like totally die in D&D unless you get like really hit.
I think you would have
Yes.
been. You would have been a corpse dragged out of the. Well, not a corpse. You would have been. Someone would have been giving you mouth to mouth. You would have gotten a little close. Maybe
Yeah,
Fjorn
I mean,
just
you are
like
a
pounds on
healer,
your
I
chest
guess.
until the water comes in. All right, cool. So, I guess I'll just finish up with the stream real quick, and then we'll cut the stream. Anyone watching, I hope you guys had a good time. I know we had a lot of viewers near the beginning and not so much near the end, so this is going to be mostly for people who watched the video down the road. We had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time watching it. I will stream again every Sunday at noon again. And we're actually going to be doing a special one-shot on Wednesday evening that I'm pretty excited for, that will potentially find players that may tie back into this campaign down the road. I'm super excited for it. I don't know if it'll go well or if it'll go poorly, but it will be with an entirely different cast of people, and it'll be Battle Royale style, and people will... You know, if you're kind of like, I wish Zazmus had died there, well, you might see some other characters. There will be some more blood and death
Yeesh.
in the Battle Royale one-shot, that's for sure. So I hope everyone who was watching to have a good rest of their weekend or what have you, and hope to see you guys again. Thank you very